Yo, yo, yo. You know what time it is. It's Divine Sense Boxing in the building. And we got some distinguished gentlemen on the panel to kick it off. And I believe we'll have a few more coming in later in the live stream. We got the sensei in the building. If you don't know, you're about to know tonight. Stormy B-Man and my main man, Ricky Williams. If you guys don't know, also, y'all going to find out. Both of these gentlemen have channels of their own, but they decided to come on and join the panel tonight for FIRESTORM. You guys know what happens on FIRESTORM, man. We open the panels up, we break it down, we predict it, and, you know, we cut it and slice it every single angle that we possibly can. So shout out to everyone who's dropped into the building early. Appreciate you immensely. We got Watcher, of course. You know he's going to come in here early. We got our main man, Demon Kennedy in the building. Omega Red, an official member of the channel. Always got to give a special shout out to my man, Omega. Pink Meadows in the building. Guru, also in the building. I Am True Main, stopping by. Big Homie Coop, dropping by. Appreciate you. Sheena in the building. DTV show in the building. And Vano's crew clips. And possibly, or more than likely, more people are also tuning in early but haven't been able to comment yet. I see you, Kaz in the building as well. Look, man, it's FIRESTORM for a reason. It's about to get hot in here. It's about to get real hot in here. I'm sure both of these gentlemen have a lot to say. We're going to drop our predictions. We're going to let you know exactly why we think the fight is going to go a certain way and whatnot. And, you know, hopefully, you know, we will have some other people jump in as well. And I'm more than ready for Kambosos fans to trickle in. They can't help themselves. We have some unfortunate news as boxing fans in regards to Kambosos. You probably heard he didn't make weight. Your man Kambosos didn't make weight. Now, you may say, oh, man, come on, it's not a big deal. He's got 2 hours. He can make weight. That's not the point. Now, obviously, yeah, we want him to make weight. So he keeps his belts, and the belts are on the line. And Devin Haney will have to officially beat him to take his belts off of him. We don't want the scale to beat him, right? We want Devin to beat him. So, yes, we want him to make weight, But the point is that at this level, for undisputed championship in your home country, you got that home cooking. You got that hometown physician. You got the hometown doctor. You got your wife. You got your kids. You got the fresh veggies and fruits in your backyard. And you can't make weight. After all that talking about snitches and rats and informants, getting everybody all bent out of shape, you show up on the weigh in, and you initially weighed in at 135.6. Then you got to get butt ass naked in front of your hometown crowd. And then you got 135.3. So, if you guys don't know, officially, a fighter has 2 hours to come back and make weight. So he's got to put on the good old sweatsuit, hit the treadmill, and try to shed off those 0.3 ounces or whatever the hell it is. Look, and I think it's possible. I think he'll do it, but he's already pretty dry. He's already tried to make weight in this past probably 48 hours. Mm-hmm. He probably didn't plan it correctly. He probably weighed in 48 hours ago at about 140-ish and tried to just strip down 5 or 6 pounds in 2 days. That's probably what happened. So he's already pretty dry. And you may be, well, why does that matter? Well, when you're dry, that means you don't have much liquid in your body, which then makes your colon dry. So then it's easy. It's not easy to pass anything. So it's difficult. But I think he'll do it, but it's just going to take a lot out of him. And will he be able to recover in 24 hours or less come fight night? So there is the, I guess, introduction to the FIRESTORM panel. I'll go ahead and swing it around to the panel to allow them to give their thoughts about the weigh-in. And by the way, I have a very interesting video on deck of people watching the weigh-in and the Aussie fans in complete shock and awe that their man didn't make weight. And you can hear them talking over the camera. Because you know Fight Hype. They can't set up. They've been around boxing. Fight Hype. Check it out. Fight Hype has been around for 15 damn years, at least. And they can't, for the life of them, set up a proper fucking camera at weigh-ins. They out there with the 2006 Nokia taking the damn video footage, and all you hear is a bunch of side noise. You can't really focus on what's going on. And you can hear the Aussie fans, clear as day, saying, oh, the scale's not collaborated correctly. They put extra weights on the scale. This isn't right. Georgie's confused. Georgie knows he made weight, but they're trying to cheat him. Oh, right. They're trying to cheat him in his own country. That makes sense. But I have the video footage, which I'll play here in a moment. But let me go ahead and start off with Stormy B, man. I don't know if you caught the weigh-in at all, Stormy. I'm sure that you heard about it. What's your initial thoughts? What's the first thing that pops into your mind?
Nothing. Because it's Bozo Circus, bro. I've been calling it that from jump. And he isn't failing to disappoint. The sideshow antics, all of this is a part of what he has written for himself. It's his own script. And I like when people fall on their own sword. You know what I'm saying? You've seen the stories throughout history. You remember the New York Giants football player going up in the club, all, loaded up and everything, locked and loaded, and he shot himself. Huh? This is what happens when people do things and chickens come home to roost, so to speak. You see? And all I could tell everyone out here is enjoy the moment. Huh? These are teachable moments here. This is like life's lessons 101. Huh?
Tell them, bro. They'll hear you.
Devin Haney has been the epitome of class and desire, meaning that he is willing to sacrifice so much for the greater gain and notoriety of what happens on the other side of this, that this man can't help but be a train wreck and be caught up in the whirlwind tunnel of the success that lies before for Haney. It's like everything that they've tried to do up to this point has blown up. It's like he's Wile E. Coyote in a Bugs Bunny cartoon. No matter all these intricate devices and everything he comes up with, that I'm gonna get that road runner this time. Boop. Psych, you missed again. It's great. Now the weigh-in thing that just came in on my phone. I was getting the updates, and it's like I was doing a couple of other things. And I'm saying to myself, wow, that too, huh? It's just it. So when you asked me my thoughts, I didn't really have a thought on it because it has been written already. You know what I mean? And as you were speaking with your opening remarks, I couldn't help but sit here and say, rats love cheese, don't they? Huh? They love it so much that they can probably eat a little too much of it and miss the scales. Huh? The real rats, huh? The informants, the ones who really carry the papers on them. You understand? Papers can weigh too. You know what I mean? So when he had that big cashmere coat on and it was like 90 degrees outside, people talked about Rolly wearing that big coat in California, but what about this guy wearing that coat? Huh? He trying to show everybody he done come up economically. Look what I got, y'all. Huh? But I wonder how many envelopes was inside that coat that he had to pass out to the folks that he's trying to make arrangements to get things done on his behalf. They didn't talk about that. Huh? Nobody asked. Huh? What's in them inner pockets there? Huh? I'll tell you what's in there. A whole bunch of more shit for Bozo Circus, huh? And it stinks. All of it has stunk. I hope he gets his dinner handed to him like no other business come tomorrow. You understand? Because that's what needs to happen. A life's lesson, a train wreck before his own people, huh? There's a reason why he ain't fought there in 5 years. People don't talk about that though, do they? No. Huh? There's a reason why he was going, please, Mr. Pacquiao, I'll be your punching bag, for a couple of crumbs. Huh? Rats like crumbs too when they fall off the table. Huh? If you don't believe me, leave your back door open and don't sweep your kitchen floor after dinner and see what happens.
They take what they can get.
Huh? Little Kambosos all over the place.
Get them.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. This is what it is. You see what I'm saying? But, those are kind of like my opening thoughts on it because, hey, this is poetic justice. Yeah. Huh? Was he talking stuff? Was he making those boy remarks and everything when the man did his job? That's what a professional does, right? A professional. A person who lacks professionalism can show up and show his ass, huh? Whoa! He did that too today, didn't he? He had to strip down to the bare essentials, huh? And show his ass to the world. How about that? You can't make this up in my Kevin Samuels voice. You can't, huh? Kambosos Circus live, huh? From Australia. Hurry up, get your tickets for the sideshow. It's great.
Let them know, Ricky.
Hey, man. I got 2 words for y'all, man. Listen, bro. All this, right? All this skullduggery. all this talk, all this backbiting and behind the scenes stuff happening, bro. And all this time, this man, I got 2 words for you, been in what? A fat camp. He been in a fat camp. Let me tell y'all something. Everybody keeps saying, oh man, this is the biggest moment of Devin's career. This is the biggest moment ever, bro. Hey, let me tell y'all something. This is the biggest moment for him, too. He ain't never been on no stage this big. Even the T.O. fight, even though everybody wasn't want to say that was his coming out party. Yeah. But that stage wasn't big. Y'all know. You know why I can tell y'all? Because they delayed the fight 3 times. Remember in the fight, if you go watch it, it was maybe even 5,000 people in the venue. Yeah. Yeah. But the big difference is this, right? You got one fighter from Australia who basically was a glorified journeyman. Let's keep it honest. A glorified journeyman who took his shot and won, right? Who took his shot and won. Kudos. Right? But let me tell you something about Devin. Devin was bred for this. Born and bred, LOAD, last of a dying breed, you feel me? Go check his resume. Hit his YouTube. You'll see him in there with the greats, Zab Judah, Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward. Your favorite fighter, Shakur Stevenson. Your favorite fighters all know what Devin is. Y'all see tomorrow night. Y'all gonna see Elevators, Outcasts, me and you, your mama and your cousin too. Y'all gonna see. I understand the rigmarole. Hey, they never wanted this fight. You right, but guess what? The fight is tomorrow night. And it's funny just how in life, when you try so hard to go out your way to do somebody bad end up happening to you. These things happening to Devin and his family are not coincidence. They're not, oh, it's just his time. No. Plenty of felons have performed, that were entertainers have performed in multiple venues in Australia and had no problem getting a visa in. Oh, you know they got his cut man in customs. That stuff just don't happen, y'all. You have to be flagged for that to happen. Right? But again, all this work, all this politicking behind the scenes while you was running a fat camp. We'll see what the white Nino Brown try to do tomorrow. That's what he think he is. He think he Nino Brown. That's all I got on.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to share here in the background. Perhaps not everybody was able to see the weigh-in. And, you know, I want people to pay attention to a few things. The first thing is Devin Haney showing up like a true professional and doing what you're supposed to do, which is make weight. Right? Which is make weight. And not only did he make weight, but he looked absolutely fantastic and looks in tremendous shape. And to be honest with you, y'all see George come in later. And to be honest with you, sitting here watching, I watched this live, by the way. I was watching it live, and I was shocked that he didn't make weight, to be honest with you. some of you guys might, oh yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. Kambosos with all the shit that he's been talking doesn't surprise me. But at this level, I would never expect any fighter to not make weight. And when he had a strip all the way down, I was like, wow. The first thing that came to my mind was like, wow, in front of your own people. That shit's embarrassing. And you know what? It got to him. It got to George.
Can I offer a little pun right there too about that?
Mm-hmm.
See, this is why people don't like clowns, huh? You know, there's a lot of people in the world got fear of clowns, man. They don't like them. You pull a clown out, babies start crying, and people run and go away and stuff. See, he'd been a clown. That's why I've called him Bozo's Circus the whole time. And the worst part of it all is when a clown, like a monkey, huh, shows its ass, huh? Yeah, and he did that today, didn't he? Y'all remember this moment, because there was something that Ricky was saying just a moment ago that made me put something together. How about Buster Douglas 2.0? Does that ring a bell, anyone? Huh? Does it ring a bell? One moment he rode the waves of glory, accomplishing a feat that nobody had really given him much notification for, and did it discreetly over in Tokyo somewhere, because they couldn't even make a fight in America. Huh? Just like when he was gonna fight Tio, and nobody cared, did they? What they do, reschedule the fight like 4 times or something. It was on one network and then on another and then another, and then they were selling it to the highest or the lowest bidder. So it's like nobody really cared. And all of a sudden he became the champ overnight, just like that, defeating Tiafimo. And now he's got to go in there against the man who was the #1 contender for Vasily Lomachenko, huh? That's all Lomachenko had to do was get in the ring with him. That's just like all Mike Tyson had to do was get in the ring with Evander, but he didn't want to do it. Don King thought he would squeeze another payday out of the public, huh? Just one more again, and reached over in the stable and found a fighter who happened to be on his last contracted fight with Don, huh? Meaning that after that, he was through. He was going to be out to sea. No more Don King promoter or nothing, and probably nobody would want to see him, because they was like, he's a journeyman, like Bozo Circus, and nobody give a damn. So he gets in there with Evander, and Evander cleans his clock. Well, look at Evander, 2022, right there on the screen, raring to go, huh? Yeah. Can you say undisputed? I can. Huh? Don't he look like a future champion? Huh? All cut up and everything, ready to go, motivated highly.
Look at that.
Huh? Because they tried to put all this stuff up against him, just like they told Evander, you're just a blown up cruiserweight. You can't fight these big guys.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Yeah, that's what they used to call him, a blown up cruiserweight. So they're telling him he's a boy. He getting ready to show you how much man he is. Huh?
Hey, and you know what's crazy? Devin Haney is naturally bigger than Kambosos, but Kambosos is the one who didn't make weight. That shit is crazy when you think about. And I paused the video at this point for a reason. What you guys are seeing right here is a man that is determined, a man that is dedicated, and a man who's not playing any fucking games. You think I'm coming out here to Australia to play games? This ain't a game. This is chess, not checkers. This shit's crazy right here. You should be smiling. Now, Devin weighed in first. He doesn't even know that in about 90 seconds, Kambosos is about to miss weight. And he's already smiling. Okay? So if you're a Kambosos fan, I would be worried. I would be worried. There's not an ounce of fat on Devin's body right now. And he's going to rehydrate tonight as well. He's comfortable. He's going to eat a nice Caesar salad, little side chicken, right? 4 or 5 tall glasses of water. Feeling nice. Now look at this. Look at this. Do you know what I think when I see this? Melted ice cream.
Soft serve.
This is you guys remember something. I want you guys to go back a little bit in time. Press conference. Kambosos, Teofimo Lopez. When Teofimo Lopez, I think it was the last press conference leading up to the fight. And Teofimo Lopez was going crazy, talking shit, talking about, I've earned this and da-da-da-da-da. And he started saying some outrageous shit about Kambosos and Kambosos' dad. And Kambosos he grabbed the mic with his damn O.J. Simpson fucking gloves on and shit. Y'all remember that? And he looks at Teofimo and the crowd, and he says, "This is y'all champion? This is your unified champion right here? This is the person that you love? All the things that he's saying?" The hypocrisy of this man is of epic proportions. Look at the man I have up on the screen. This is your champion? This is your champion right here? And Ricky's right. He had a fat camp. And Stormy's right. He beat Teofimo. And we gave him all the credit in the world as anyone should as a real boxing fan. But he's been living the high life and riding the high horse. The wind, the breeze blowing through his hair and through the horse's mane, cruising on the beach, on the high horse, living the high life. And his body is proving that right there. This man probably been training for the past 2+ months at 150+ pounds. So we don't know really, right? Because all the press conferences, we know that he comes in wearing suits and ties and all this different type of clothing because he knows damn good and well that he's not in shape. Right? So when he steps on the scale, like I said, I was watching this live. When he stepped on the scale, I'm like, that don't look no damn 135 to me. But I don't know. Maybe he made it. Maybe he shrunk his legs down. Maybe he ain't got no weight in his legs, maybe. And he go on and miss weight. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play the audio. And I want you guys to listen carefully to the crowd and their reaction to him not making weight. And because they live streamed it, it's probably going to be a little bit choppy. Y'all see what I'm saying about fight hype, right? You can't even hear the man on the microphone, man, because they're all up in the middle of the crowd with their cell phone and shit.
Man, his face looked thinned out already, boy. If I'm being honest with you, bro, his face looked thinned out, man. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, look at this guy with y'all see the old white dude standing behind the blonde chick, right? And he's got the WBC badge on the upper part of the upper part pocket, right? And he's representing the WBC, obviously, maybe part of the commission. And he looks shocked and astounded that George didn't make weight. I mean, y'all look at his face. He's like, oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Hey, shout out to my boy Tay. We're about to get this money. We're about to get
what up, Tay?
Money. Let's go.
What up, Tay? Hey, Tay, you got the link. G5, you got the link. I saw Drew Titan come in here as well. Drew, you got the link. Come on up in here, man, and cook on them. Let them know. Rada the Prophet, I see you, bro. Jay Smooth, I see you. George Kambosos Jr.
With attention, on the morning of the weigh-in here at Margaret Court Arena. So much on the line tomorrow, of course.
But doesn't everybody look stoic, right? Everybody's just like, what's happening right now? This is the second time he goes to the scale. This blonde chick looking at George like, hey, you might have to strip down.
Show me what you're working with.
Hey, where's your wife at? Because you might have to strip down right here. Oh, my. This is the second time he's weighing in, y'all. Look at George's face. Look at George's face. He's like, man, I've been trying for the past 48 hours. Damn. I still can't get this weight off.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. Like they knew what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. 100%. 100%. If y'all think that this is like, oh, he's shocked because he thought he made weight. No, he's been struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Tay in the building, bro. Tay fights. He knows the game. He knows what it's about these weigh-ins and making weight. They've been weighing in probably 4 or 5 times in the last 24 hours. They knew. He knew he was close, but he wasn't sure if he was actually going to make it.
We will require a towel.
Got George!
George Kambosos Jr. just
his mouth.
Take it off. Take it off. Take it off. Hey, somebody's gonna get up there and drop a beer.
Y'all hear the people booing now.
26 hours away from time. Things are getting interesting building up. The expected game is select. There's been an interesting build-up in the course of this week in particular. Things are going to 10 blocks proportion here in Margaret Court.
Don't worry.
So this is the third time he weighs in.
And the blonde girl right there too. Look at her. She's like,
Scott George!
He takes off his earrings. Y'all see that? Y'all saw that? He took out his earrings.
He had to lose them couple carrots. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
Ice, baby.
Look at him shaking his head. This is in Australia, people.
Hey,
4th time weighing in. 4th time.
If you thought them things were small before, they really just shrunk them now.
Stormy getting lit.
Look
at his face.
That's what he get.
Look
That's
at his
what
face.
he get.
Mhm.
Oh, fool ass. Hey, it couldn't have happened to a worse dude, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the little things, man. It's the little things, man. Go ahead and shave your hair, bro. You might as well do it. Go ahead, shave your hair and wax your body, man. Every ounce counts. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Come on and get
Wow.
it done, bro.
Wow.
The curse, hey, the curse of the franchise, man. The curse of the franchise, boy.
Yep.
You franchise champions, keep it up.
Sports Authority, chairperson Simone Bailey. We just need to clear the space. If we could.
Shit's embarrassing, man. Absolutely embarrassing.
It's pros and it's professionals, bro.
So at the moment,
You'll hear in the crowd in a minute. The guy say, "Oh, I think the scale's not collaborated correctly."
0.36 pounds. 0.36 above the lightweight limit. George Kambosos Jr. will have 2 hours to make the weight. One hour in the morning before the flight, Michael, we knew it was going to be exciting, and it was something to scale up the so it's one thing.
All right, let's get to the face off. Look at Devin. Look at Devin.
Fat bitch.
It's like, yo, bitch ass couldn't even make weight. Fat ass.
Yo,
Watch him. Read his lips.
That's disrespectful.
Look at Devin. He's having a great time. Devin knows what's about to happen. Devin knows exactly what's about to happen. That's why he's out there laughing, smiling, and all this booing and all whatever. That's all just motivation at this point. It's all motivation at this point, right? And I would have never thought that I would have to come on here and talk about Kambosos not making weight. I thought it's, standard, make weight, face off. All right, we come in, we chop it up. But of course, Kambosos ceases, or actually I should say doesn't cease to amaze us or surprise us or disappoint us or do flat out dumb shit. And this whole press
changes
conference,
his spot, Devon.
This whole press conference has been an embarrassment in regards to how he's presented himself and the things that he has said. Like all this shit about rats and informants and all this sidebar conversation, right, was completely and utterly unnecessary. I mean, other than just wanting to be the devil at this game. He tried to play the bad boy role. But you ain't a bad boy, though. That's the problem.
Hey, read Watcher's comment there.
Watcher. George just weigh in now, 134.9.
Good. We got to fight. Let's go.
So we got to fight. He keeps his belts. Shout out to Watcher for keeping us updated.
He keeps his belt for another day.
For another day. Oh, and we know what Devin's saying here. We know. He's saying, you're in trouble now, aren't you? You are in trouble.
Called him a fat bitch, too. You're like, you fat bitch. You try not to make weight.
Oh yeah, I heard. I can see his lips right there. You've been at a fat camp, haven't you? With your fat ass. Look at you. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. And look at watch Kambosos' dad. I think that's his dad, right? On his right shoulder. And of course, he's embarrassed for his son. It's an embarrassing moment, right?
Yeah, he been looking to get punched in the face the whole time.
Security.
Yeah.
You better back up. You're gonna get your shit rocked. Calm down, pops.
And now George all hyped up, trying to fight, because you're embarrassed, bro.
Yeah, man. You got something to think about.
You straight up embarrassed, and you come up here and start flexing.
You got something to think tonight, bro.
Bro, you might as well put your head down and go to the back right away. If that was me, I'd be like, oh, hell, shit, man. I got to get up out of here. I got to get up out of here. First thing is in my mind, I got to go make weight now. I don't got time for all this, man. I'm out here looking stupid. But he's straight up embarrassed. His dad's embarrassed. His team's embarrassed. But look, man, as we know now, he's made weight. He had that 2-hour time frame. He went back in the back, did some burpees, did some jumping jacks. And
got an enema.
Yep, did something. But he lost those 5 ounces or whatever it was. And so he's got his belts, like Ricky said, for another day. Good.
The real enema comes tomorrow.
Yeah,
son of a bitch.
I'm telling y'all, bro, look, I'm telling y'all, shout out to my boy Tate, man. He was up talking boxing. Y'all know how Tate do, man. I went and watched Kambosos tape till like 4 a.m, man. I'm telling y'all, Devin about to eat this man alive, bro. I'm telling y'all, this shit gonna be way easier than y'all think it is. Way easier, bro. I'm telling y'all. Devin about to shine on this man. This shit about to be sad, bro. It's about to be sad. Watch. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, we need this. It's just like when, I think, if I'm not mistaken, our brother Shakur started the ball rolling down the hill, didn't he? Huh? He went out there, took care of business with Valdez. And I love what he said when he won the fight. He was like, look, I told y'all, I got rid of Valdez, got rid of Canelo, I got rid of Reynoso. So when he said that, I was rolling because I was like, man, Shakur done come out there and put the juju on these guys. And sure enough, Canelo went rolling down the hill next. Now it's this clown. And the circus is about to close up shop.
I've been saying it, man. Like boxing has no choice but to get itself right, man. You only got so much talent in each division, man. Y'all got to understand right now, we at a great time in the history of boxing for our era. It's not that what I should say is that the fights we want, they have no choice but to make. They have no choice but to make. They gotta make them. Money too funny in boxing right now, so they gotta put on the biggest events possible. It's a great time in boxing right now.
Yeah, and that includes Crawford Spence.
Yes, sir.
That includes that too. We got to get through this first, and I'm saying, like that's what it's all about. That ball rolling, right? That momentum. The momentum keeps building up, and it's added pressure. To a Spence Crawford fight, continued added pressure. And Stormy's right. Like you got Shakur, you got Devin leading the charge.
And let's not forget Mel. Mm-hmm. Mel took care of his business. Mm-hmm. You see? And they've been trying to hold these men at the doors. They've been trying to keep them on the outside lane and all of that. It's time for that foolishness to be done and over with. This is why, like, Maul need to get with it. Mm-hmm. I know he ain't his brother. We're not expecting him to be his brother. But he's a high-caliber fighter. We need him to behave like a high-caliber fighter. Stop fighting these cream puffs and get out there and fight your contemporaries. You still got unfinished business with, you got, and look at it for what it is. You got Danny Jacobs. You were supposed to face that man. Face him. You got Demetrius Andrade. You're supposed to face that man. Face him. You called out David Benavidez, and then you backtracked. And when he answered the call, you went and hid. No, you got to face that man. You opened that door. If he had never said his name, nobody would be pairing you with him. So it's time to get off the pot. You grew balls. Now it's time to wear them. In the sport of boxing, as our brother Kurt Sugar used to like to say, R.I.P. to him, he said, that square arena is the truth serum. It will tell you the truth about somebody. And you're starting to see this encapsulate itself with these bouts that we've just seen over the past couple of months. And even for the men who have lost, and in this case, in instance, I'm speaking of Brian Castano. Castano performed about as good as he could. He was just in there with a better fighter. But you can't say he ran. You can't say he was afraid. He met the challenge head on. He lost to the better fighter. And in boxing, that can happen. Don't be afraid to take an ass whooping, because that's what comes in the sport of boxing. Ass whoopings. Sometimes you dish them out. Sometimes they're dished to you.
Yep.
It's just a fact.
Yeah, and rest in peace, man, to Kurt Sugar, man. Sometimes I make videos, I make predictions and breakdowns, and he always seems to pop into my mind like, how would Kurt do this? You know, what would Kurt say? And I miss him tremendously. I miss his insight. I miss his unbiased nature as well. Very straight down the line. He was a true boxing fan, didn't get caught up in the drama, and a rare breed. But look, man, yeah, there's a new poll in the chat. Make sure y'all vote. Let me know. Let us know here on the panel, rather, on how you see this fight happening. Right? When I did this poll about 4 or 5 days ago, I think the overwhelming, I think it was stoppage. Haney by stoppage was still the favorite, but it was only by maybe, I think it was like 56%. So we got this poll started, and right away, Haney by stoppage jumps up to 75%. Now, for the people that have Kambosos by stoppage and also Kambosos by decision, let us know in the chat why you think Kambosos is going to win either by stoppage or decision. Now, of course, the stoppage can be anything. It can be TKO. It can be a KO. And, of course, a decision can be anything, majority, split, or unanimous. But Kambosos fans, I don't see anybody commenting. Now, we're going to sit up here. This is Firestorm. We're going to sit up here and roast. That's what we do. But let us know. Like, please, let us know why you think Kambosos is going to win tonight. Because after everything that I've seen thus far, every indication tells me that the only way George wins this fight is by some type of unfortunate circumstance or a robbery. Because I've been talking about this sport for a long time, and I look for these indications. I look for these small, intricate details, right? But let's talk about it, and let's see if anybody has the courage to come in and tell us that they think we're wrong. Let's talk about the fight. All the antics to the side, all the drama to the side. Kambosos didn't make weight, that's a blah, then he made it, cool. All that to the side. Let's talk about the fight. How do y'all see the fight going stylistically? How was the matchup in your mind? And how do you see the fight playing out? Now, if y'all haven't seen my official prediction on this fight, it's up on my channel. It's not a live, it's an upload. It's about 15 minutes long. I implore you to go and check it out. At least go there and show some love to it. But for the sake of the panel tonight, we'll jump back into it. We'll dive back into it. And I'll go ahead and kick it off. I'm not going to, go piece by piece. I'll give you guys in a nutshell on how I see it. And I see my man, Case Void, man. Damn it, man. AKA Damn it, man. What's good, man? He says, Haney wins by UD. Keep roasting. I appreciate you, bro, in that super chat. And we got a lot of people that has dropped in as we've been cooking. I see every single one of you. Respect everyone. Just make sure y'all hit that like button, man. It's not only for me and the channel, but it's also for this panel. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. Get the likes all the way up. Let the people know we're in here talking boxing. And yeah, we do roast. You know what I'm saying? We roast when the fire is ablaze and it's time to roast. But we're going to keep it boxing, right? So nobody gets their feelings hurt. Oh, you guys just love Haney too much. Out there crying. Okay. So we'll talk boxing then. Look. Devin Haney is probably, in my opinion, one of the most, if not the most, underrated boxers in the game right now. Why? I have no idea. That's just how it has happened. Now, for people who know boxing, he's not underrated. I'm talking about the public eye, the public view. The main reason is because he gets no accreditation for the most part in the public eye of boxing. He's a pretty flashy, good young fighter. That is the basic perception of casuals and mainstream media covering boxing.
Funny thing is, he's not flashy.
Right. But if you go through ESPN and all these big, that's how they frame him.
Of course.
Right. But you see, those who understand boxing know that he is much more than just that. And you're right, he's not flashy. How would I frame it? He is systematically sound in the fundamentals of boxing. He has all of the tools.
Technically proficient. Both he and Shakur Stevenson represent what the rest of the boxing world hate about quality fighters at the top of the sport. Because you have to be a hell of a fighter to defeat fighters like that. Because even in areas where they may have shortcomings, okay, they can compensate for that due to being an all-round fighter. If you remember back when Jermaine Taylor was able to defeat Bernard Hopkins, the funny thing about it was he defeated Bernard with the decision, right? But he was not a better fighter than Bernard, which showed shortly after that. But Bernard was a complete fighter. And it just happened that on that night when he fought Taylor and everything, his things weren't clicking for him like they could have been. But one of the things that he always made hay with is when he had a difficult fight, he'd run it back and he'd go in there, and usually in the rematch, he would dominate an opponent to the degree where you saw his repertoire. You saw what was in his toolbox. He could bring things out that maybe the first go around weren't implemented. That's a complete fighter. And I believe that Shakur and this young man, Devin Haney, they represent the best of that as well. Like when people talk about Devin can't punch, people are going to get surprised going forward in the future. There's going to be guys he knock out that you don't expect him to knock out, but he's good. And what happens is when people know that you're good, sometimes they don't open up. Sometimes they don't take risks. They don't gamble and don't give the guy a chance to knock him out. See, that's the thing that they don't think about. When you're fighting a guy that is of equal stature, not necessarily talent, but he's on that level, someone is inclined to take a risk. And as long as someone is willing to take a risk, opportunity presents itself for other things to happen. And that's something that Devin, see, in this fight, there's a lot to be proven. There's a lot at stake. there's going to be risk taken, and it's going to be taken by Devin. That's a scary thing, to have a talented guy take risk because he wants to prove himself. He wants to shut people up. Kambosos is not good enough to turn back that challenge. That's how he gets knocked out. That's how he gets stopped in this fight. Because once he recognizes he can't compete on the most basic of levels, this shuts down.
It's a mental game, man. It's 100%. Your body does what your mind tells it to do. Your heart is what keeps you on your feet. But your mind is what tells you what to do or how your body to perform. If your mind ain't right, you might be on your feet, but you're going to get your ass beat. Y'all pay attention to what I just said.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people are talking about, oh, George's got a heart of a lion. He'll fight to the death. Sure, I won't argue that. It doesn't change the fact that he's gonna get his ass beat. You can have all the heart in the world. Sure, we can say, hey, man, we appreciate your heart. But the truth is, are you going to give Devin his respect because he whooped your ass? Remember, like Stormy just said, and Floyd Mayweather has said it multiple times. This is or actually Roger Mayweather, it was actually one of his phrases. This is a thinking man's game. And if anybody's ever boxed before, man, I tell you right now, rounds that I put in personally, I'm way more mentally exhausted than I am physically. Yeah, you physically exhausted because, you know, your body's punching and blocking and moving and doing that. But mentally, you put so much energy, mental energy into a fight that it wears you out. So the mental fortitude and the ability to adjust, adapt, have a plan A, plan B, plan C, it's a thinking man's game. And to Stormy's point, like, yo, what up, King of Kings? Yo, you got some echo, bro. Mute your mic. To Stormy's point, I agree. I think a lot of this is going to come down to who is going to make the adjustments, who has ultimately the better talent, who has more tools in their toolbox. And that's just what it comes down to. We say it all the time, right? Skills pay the bills. How many times do we reiterate that to people? It's not just a catchphrase. It's fact. In this game, it's mano a mano. You ain't got no teammates. This ain't tag team. No breaks. So in my mind, I was thinking about it last night. My prediction, I'm going to stick with it, which I have Haney winning by decision. But I started thinking, how do I see? Because Devin, I ain't too worried about what he's going to do. Devin is like water. Devin's like water. He is going to form in a manner that he has to be superior. But my thought was about Kambosos. And I was thinking, how is he going to come out? And I started thinking, okay, Teofimo, he came out. Teofimo attacked George. He attacked him, jumped all over him. And you can tell Teofimo's in his head, he's like, I'm going to knock this dude out now. First round. I don't need no plan. I'm going to come after him. George was on the retreat. George was looking, he was timing, and he landed that right hand and dropped Teofimo. But if you really look at that fight, Teofimo Lopez, even though he was dropped, even though he was getting beat, as far as like getting beaten to the punch, especially in those middle rounds, he was always the aggressor. Teofimo was always the aggressor. George was never aggressive. George is on the back foot, trying to time, trying to counter. Step back, left hook, right hand. Step back, left hook, right hand. That's all he did. An occasional double jab.
Come on with it,
And,
man.
and Teofimo, he was just, just trying to load up and land big shots, try to knock him out with one punch. Do you think Devin is going to say, let me throw my hardest punch for all 12 rounds and try to knock him out? What did we just say? Systematically proficient, right? Looks for openings, timing, range, speed, accuracy, breaks you down. So this idea, this ferocious Kambosos, how ferocious is he really, though? He was not on the front foot. He did not attack Teofimo Lopez. He was on the back foot looking for a counter. He timed the shot. Cool. Nice shot. But the entire fight, you won the fight because Teofimo had zero game plan. Zero. All you had to do was punch from the back foot. That's all you had to do. So I was thinking, I think he's either going to do what he traditionally does, and it's not just a Teofimo Lopez fight, by the way. Y'all can watch different fights that George has been in. He's not an attacker like people are saying that he is. Right? So he's going to be either on the back foot like he normally is, or he's going to somehow step out of his element and have such a disrespect for Haney's power and just go after him and see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you right now, even though I've already predicted Haney by decision, if George goes out and says, man, Haney ain't got no power, he ain't strong enough to deal with me, ferocious Kambosos, he can't deal with me, I'm going to attack him. I'm telling you right now, Haney's going to do a step back, uppercut, right hand down the pipe, check left hook off of it, and Kambosos is going down in the first round. I'm telling you right now, it's only going to take about a minute and 30 seconds. So he's better off. I hate to say it, and it sounds crazy, but he's better off trying to do what he normally does.
He'll last longer.
He'll last longer because he is tough. And he has to try and counter. But Devin is taller. Devin is longer. Devin is faster. Devin goes to the body. Devin moves you. He turns you. He pivots off of you. He ducks underneath shots and comes up underneath with something. People, this is chess, not checkers.
Man, this fight about to be so easy, man.
So I'm giving George probably much more credibility than anyone else on this panel as far as toughness and durability and his ability to say, look, I can't go down like this. I got to be like Arturo Gatti and get my ass whooped all across this ring. And somehow, maybe I can land a couple of shots and people can clap their hands for me and last to 12 rounds.
And let's not
People,
forget.
let's not forget. Last point, Stormy. Last point. People, let's not forget. It's in the back of George's mind that I got a rematch anyway. So I might as well just go out there. I'm not in shape like I want to be in. And I've seen your mitt work, Georgie. I've seen it. Everything that you do with your mitt work is all about you acting like you're Mike Tyson. But you ain't cut from the same cloth, bro. And you're telling me you're going to spend 4 rounds of trying to knock out Devin. If that don't work, fuck it. I got a rematch anyway. But you know what, man? That's a gamble. Yeah, there's a rematch, but it's not like in boxing, rematches are always exercised. if you get your ass knocked out badly, you're going to look like Rolly or worse. You're going to look like Rolly Romero or worse. Flipped upside down the ropes or some shit. How are you going to try to tell the people that you're going to do better in a rematch if you get completely outclassed? So we got a couple other gentlemen on the panel. We got King of Kings. We also got Watcher in the building. I know, Stormy, you had something that you wanted to get out. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Let the new brothers come in. Yeah, go ahead.
I appreciate that. Mike Biggs Boxing in the building. What's good, bro? Detroit, BC. What's good? King of Kings, you came in first, man. So you've been sitting back, probably thinking and listening to what we're saying. Go ahead and let the people know what's on your mind.
Hey, can you hear me good? What's going on tonight, guys?
We hear you.
So, hey, man, straight up, a little embarrassing for Kambosos, man. And then this is the biggest fight of your career, and you can't do the basics. I'm hard on fighters that don't make weight. I think that's the most basic thing you need to do. And for him to show up like that is embarrassing. He'd be ashamed of himself. Even the host, the people that were doing the weigh-in basically pointed out, like, Devin Haney is a complete professional, shows him a level of maturity, and the way from the point that he stepped up to it, the way he was behaving, it's just so erratic, and he's trying to stand with a. It's just it looked pathetic, like, dude, and he's like picking on the lady doing the weigh-in. It's like, are you ready for this fight? And it's like, evidently you're not. And I don't want to hear no bullshit excuses. You had to have more than enough time to train. Devin Haney, man, like I said, I love the confidence. See, Devin Haney's going to win this fight because he's poised. He's mature past his years. He's not fazed by any of the antics. He's a professional. He's coming into the fight. The way I see that he has to win this fight is like, you were saying earlier that Kambosos was affirmed the ability just to be a counterpuncher and work on the back foot the whole time. I think if he does that with Haney could pick him apart with the jab. I want to see a heavy jab action today, this weekend. I want to see lots of jabs, 20, 30, 40 around, and just constantly sticking that stick in his face and just using his length and outboxing him.
Absolutely. Watcher, what's on your mind, man?
How you doing, guys? Salute to everyone in the chat. Yeah, man, I think you guys are, hitting the nail on the head. Man, look, I think Devin wins it quite, majorly, handedly. Good old Georgie boy. Not surprising with all the antics and the bullshit he's been doing. I mean, he's got to get his head boxed off, man. I mean, I think he'll realize in the first round, because, he's not full guys that are, and I'm not saying, Devin's the biggest guy out there, but Devin's he's quite long, his wingspan is quite wide. So in that first round, when, they step in the middle, he will realize he is in there with someone that is a bit of a different stature. I don't think he's used to really seeing that. And I think Devin will control it with the jab. And I like that jab to the body that Devin throws a lot. Like, he'll really stick it. He'll stab you down to the body. And he throws one of the best ones right now in boxing, to the body. George gets hit way too much with right hands over the top. He doesn't keep his hands up enough. Against Mickey Bay, he was getting his head boxed off, walking in straight lines, getting hit. Other dudes circling out. Even against Teofimo, when he was trying to avoid Teofimo, that dipping to the right, with his hands down, barely getting out of the way of punches. I mean, Devin's got to have his way. Whether he's more aggressive or where he's, retreating a bit more, it won't matter. Devin's got it. I don't think the crowd will be a factor at all, given the fact that no one knows who George is here anyway. So, I don't think we really, that's not something that can be looked into really. But I think the counter rights, I think the uppercuts are there as well. Like I said, George got his head over his lead foot. He's got barely any head movement. He's gotta get hit, man. He's gotta get hit a lot.
Yeah,
I don't believe
he doesn't really slip punches. He doesn't roll punches very much. He likes to lean over and drop down to avoid. And someone doing that against Haney's going to figure that shit out. And here comes a left uppercut. You know, if he ducks underneath Haney's right hand, he's going to come up underneath with the left uppercut. I mean,
and the thing is, Haney probably won't be there for the majority for the return fire, because George likes to throw a bit of heat back like he was doing with Teofimo, but Teofimo doesn't have the defense of Haney. Haney throws a lead uppercut, boom, he'll roll out of there or something. It's quite easy, and you could see Teofimo, for as much as an idiot he is, he eventually figured out how to kind of hit him, even though he was hitting him at the start with like right hands, for example. But I remember Mayweather was training with Haney, and he was really emphasizing, get your head off the line. It's very important. And Kambosos, man, he looks like some of the amateur fighters down here, and I'm not exaggerating that. But bring his feet together a lot and all that shit. I mean, he ain't winning, man. He ain't winning.
Yeah.
Devin's
So,
gonna
Watcher,
win.
you're in New Zealand, right?
No, I'm in Australia.
Oh, you're in Australia. Okay, shit. For
Yeah.
some reason, I thought you're a Kiwi. All right.
That's all right.
What part of Australia are you in?
Melbourne, man.
You're in Melbourne. Oh,
Victoria.
so shit, you're right in the city.
Yeah, I'm close to the city. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, just for the people, what's the sentiment like out there right now? What's the energy like in regards to this fight? What are people saying?
Well, there's a lot of people asking about it, like, because I work in a boxing gym as well. They're asking me about it a lot. People are intrigued. There's a lot of people that are excited, but most of the people that are following this, they're more so casuals. They don't. I don't know if you know AFL. It's like the football down here, but
Right. Yeah.
it's a contingent of them that are following this event, and you could even see at the weigh-in today. Because usually when they hold weigh-ins, there's a lot of people that are there to watch it. But all you saw was about 10 people with Greek flags fucking talking shit and doing all that crap, But a lot of people down here, do not like George. A lot of them don't. I think they are a bit in awe of seeing Devin because, a guy has come down here. He's got a different accent. He's a champ and this and that. But, like I said, they're casuals, a lot of these fans. But, the vibe is good. But, again, you even saw at the weigh-in how unprofessional it was. We're just not quite used to holding things like this here.
Right.
But
Right.
it's still a good energy, still good. So, yeah.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's for, an undisputed championship, right? So
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter who you're going for, or even if you're just, hey, I want to see a good fight. I mean, it should, and it will sell. And a lot of it is because Devin Haney's name is attached to it. Let's be real. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I kind of get annoyed about this idea that George is like, oh, I got Australia and Greece on my back. And all this popularity and fame is because of me and what I've accomplished. And he keeps reiterating his story. I came from nothing, and I'm eating ramen noodles in the fucking hotels and shit, and I got no money, and I'm worried about getting robbed, coming to him. And Devin's just like, eventually Devin is like, bro, you think you're the only boxer that comes from nothing? 80% of fighters come from nothing, bro. What are you talking about? It's a poor man's sport. We've known this since the beginning. Your story is no different than anyone else in a normal boxing gym anywhere in the world trying to become something. Stop trying to get special treatment all the time. We know your story, bro. Okay, cool. You went to America several times. You had to travel 18 hours. We got it. You didn't have much money. Okay, we got it. We got fighters right now who have a lot of talent that deserve way more respect, and they can't make more than $10,000 a fight. right? So you on top of the world, and the first opportunity you get to get belts and make triple figures, or if you made millions, I don't know what he made in the Teofimo fight. One fight. And the result of that, new fame and glory, is you can't even make weight in your next fight, bro, to defend your titles. What kind of shit is that? Right? Out there, like I said, living the high life and riding on your high horse. That's what's happening right now. I want to give a shout out to my man, Tay D. He said he's dropping by for the first time, catching you live. Hey, man, I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by and becoming part of the family here at Divine Sense Boxing. And, of course, shout out to my man, K. Savoy, a.k.a. Damn It, man, for referring me to have you come over here and stop by, man. Thanks for the super chat, man. Much love and appreciation. Look, man, the panel just got a little bit more lit. We got Tay-Man Jones in the building. We got Drew Titan in the building. And K-Rod jumping into the building. So it's lit in here, man. This is what it's all about. So we've been cooking for a while, but perfect timing. Perfect timing, gentlemen, to come in and leave your mark on this fight that is happening less than 24 hours now, right? The weigh-in is done. Fortunately enough,
the overweight.
Yeah. Fortunately enough, though, Kambosos did come back. If you guys don't know, he had his little 2-hour window. He came back and he made weight, barely. I think he was literally 134.9. So, whatever. The fight is on now. Like Ricky was saying, he can keep his belts for one more day. One more day. Shine them up nice. Polish them up nice for Devin. Right? So, I was saying earlier, Drew, I don't know if you're all listening or Tay, I was saying that I watched the weigh-in live, right? And to be honest with you, I didn't expect George to look this ridiculous. And I'm disappointed. This is some shit that you would expect at, maybe at an amateur level or a lower level in professional, where, you miss weight by a couple ounces or whatever. But this is the highest level of the sport. I was saying earlier, you're in your hometown. You've got hometown cooking. You've got professional cooks. You've got professional doctors. You got everybody that you need. Fresh veggies in the garden, fruits, vegetables, everything. You got everything lined up for you. You got zero excuses. And you've had a full-on fight camp. No traveling. No excuse. Oh, I had to take a flight. And I had to go to a hotel. And I had to do this. No, Devin had to do that. Devin came in looking in great shape and made weight. So it's not like you have the card stacked against you. As a matter of fact, you have everything in your favor. And you can't make weight. And you looked embarrassing. You had to step on the scale 4 times. 4 times. Had to get butt-ass naked in front of your whole country. So now that we got Tay in here, I want Tay to speak on a little bit, because Tay understands the fight game. Tay understands when it comes down to, oh, shit, we 2 weeks out. What's my weight at? Oh, shit, we're 1 week out. What's my weight at? Oh, damn, we got 24 hours. Where am I at? So, Tay, let the people know, number one, what you thought about the weigh-in. Number two, give us a little information on the fight game and why this behavior is unacceptable by a unified champion.
Well, thanks for having me. My outtake on the weigh-in, like I say, I didn't expect it. I don't think any of us expected that to happen, but it happened. Very unprofessional, especially when you go throughout your week. You go throughout your week, trying to intimidate someone or trying to talk down and things of that nature on someone just to sell the fight. Which I thought was very odd, because you're in your own hometown and you got to play the villain, and I thought that was very strange from the beginning. But for us, the weight thing, very unprofessional. conduct yourself at all times as one. But you know, he has been stating that he's been in the gym since the Teofimo Lopez fight. Well, obviously that can't be true. Obviously that can't be true, because if that was true, the weight would fall off miraculously, instantly. So, I know a lot of guys. Some people wait to that very last, that very last week to start cutting weight, things of that nature, which I think is very, very dangerous. Like you said previously, you do have different nutritionists. You got nutritionists out here that some are top notch or some charge too much, but you do have your ones that are very, very compatible to what your price range and things of that nature, and then it allows you to get a head start on what you want to do or what you want to achieve for your camp. But then you got some guys, and like myself, I like to be within maybe 10 pounds 2 weeks out or 3 weeks out. Sometimes on fight week, sometimes, I want to say 3 weeks before I've had a fight, I know at least 3 times, because I only have 9 fights, I believe. But I know at least 5 or 6 times I've touched the actual weight that I was supposed to fight at weeks before I was, supposed to fight. So
you can feel it, right?
Right.
You can feel it physically.
I want, and a lot of guys, I've been trained to do that, touch the weight. Even when, my stepdad started off karate, just to weigh in, touch the weight, and then you eat, come back up or whatever. As long as you can touch the weight and you won't feel it's drained. Then you have some fighters who cut the weight just to get down, and of course they might spar that weight, which can be very dangerous, but they also want to feel strong just in case, any mishaps happen. Because like in a fight, once you get to going 10, 12 rounds, sometimes 8, that weight is going to come off because it's really nothing but water. So a lot of guys like to get down and touch that weight, or they like to get around, 3 pounds within weight, and spar at that weight, things of that nature, work out at that weight, things of that nature, strength condition at that weight and everything, just to make sure they feel strong. But who knows, like I said before, with George Kambosos is very, very unprofessional, especially when you're the unified champion. The first fight as a unified champion in your hometown, very unprofessional. And like I said before, some people are going to look at it, it was just 0.5 or it's 0.3. It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. It's about being professional. Right. And like I say before, if I'm gonna have the same energy for Gervonta Tank Davis when he misses weight, or David Benavidez, I gotta have the same energy over here as well.
Facts. And people destroy Tank, as we all know.
Oh yes, sir.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And so when we come out here and talk about George, they're like, I actually heard people in the crowd. I was watching the Fight High vid, and they're, I think the scale's not collaborated correctly. Come on.
No, I knew from the first beginning when he stood up there, did like this, and he was telling people move away. I knew right then and there what time it was. I knew.
Yeah, he was overweight. Yeah.
And then
we were talking about that. Yeah, me and Ricky were talking about that. Like, he knew.
Yeah.
He knew he wasn't going to make weight. He knew there was a very high possibility that he wasn't going to make weight. He had hopes and dreams that he was going to make weight. He took his earrings off.
Yeah.
He went butt ass naked.
Exactly.
Trying to get every little ounce that he possibly could. At one point, he stood on the scale with his arms out. He's trying to balance. He's trying to do a little water balance. I don't know. That's a new strategy.
Right.
The new technique.
Absolutely.
Balance it out, right? Because you got your arms by your side. It's a straight line. You put your arms out, maybe you take a little weight off.
And I don't know. And then a lot of guys are on Kambosos, Kambosos' head and neck just for the simple fact that, when he did beat Teofimo, I'm quite sure there was a lot of, I'm just saying Americans that was, like, okay, well, we might got something here. You know what I'm saying? Because he did look good against Teofimo, things of that nature. And I think a lot of people was like, okay, well, let's see what he does next. And the script flipped. And once the script flipped, and it just moved everybody like, whoa, wait a minute. Let's back up here. Let's see what's going on. And it just continued. Like his whole script flipped.
And then to act out the way that he did after not making the weigh-in. Because Devin did what he's supposed to do, what I expected him to do, is step right to him, and say, "You've been at a fat camp, haven't you, you fat ass? You in trouble now.
Exactly.
You in trouble now." Because there's only one thing. When we come up here on the scale, is I want to look at your body. I want to see how you look. I want to see if you make weight. And you didn't pass both of those. You look like shit, and you didn't make weight.
See, I also spoke to Prince Albert Bell, who was one of his sparring partners, and I spoke to him. That was almost 2 weeks ago. He also told me, he said, man, he just, things that he told me some things or whatever, and but it was just like, man, he, for him to be so small, he looked a little overweight. But he said that 2 weeks ago.
Right. And we know, right? Devin, we said this earlier for people just joining. Devin is actually naturally bigger.
Oh, yeah.
He's taller.
Yep.
He's longer. He's naturally bigger. And he made weight because he's a professional. He ain't playing no games. Y'all see, after he got on the scale, big smile, flexing on the scale.
Right.
I've been ready.
I actually seen Devin body change within 2 days from the very first press conference that they had until and I guess the final presser. What a day or two ago? I actually seen the difference in his body. Mm-hmm.
Let me get to this other super chat by Tay D again. He said Bozo missed weight. Goofy ass said he missed on purpose. I missed weight on purpose. This is all plans, deception. Devin in 10 by body shot. So my man Tay D predicting that body shot stoppage in round 10, man. Appreciate that super chat as always, bro. Look, like I said earlier, I'm going to stick to my official prediction of Haney winning by decision. But I'm telling you, as we go, as the time keeps ticking closer and closer to fight night, this might be a destruction. This might be a dismantlement.
Can I give my?
I gave George a lot of credit. I'm like, man, he's pretty tough. This, that, whatever. But yo, he's setting himself up for failure, man. This might get ugly. Go ahead and get your thought out, Ricky, and then we'll swing it over to Drew.
Hey, here's my prediction, man. Look, let's talk about it for real, man. Look, first and foremost, front hand dominance. Front hand dominance. Lead hand dominance, as y'all like to call it. George Kambosos keep his hands low. Waiting for you to counter. Everybody talking like this man gonna walk in and beat Devin up on the inside. That's not gonna happen. This man is a classic counter puncher. And if y'all think this man can outbox Devin Haney, y'all out y'all motherfucking mind, bro. It's not gonna happen, bro. Look, man. Y'all about to see the very best of Devin Haney tomorrow, man. Y'all gonna be like all this for that. That's what this is that. That's what it's gonna be tomorrow night, man. I got Devin stopping Kambosos, man. That's right. I said it. I got Devin Haney stopping Kambosos. Right? The man defense is leaky. It's leaky. Devin gonna change levels on this, but I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be ugly tomorrow night, man. Devin TKO 10th, 11th round. That's my pick, man. This shit about to get ugly. It's about to get ugly real quick tomorrow night. And hey, he bet not try to come and sit in the pocket with Devin. He bet not come and sit in the pocket with Devin. That's all I got.
I agree. I agree with Ricky. Salute to the panel. Thank you, Devon Sense, for having me on. Salute, Watcher. What's good, bro? Finally, we get to get on the panel together. What's good, bro? How you?
No problem, man. It's all good.
Yes, sir. Completely unprofessional by George Kambosos. Completely unprofessional by his team. I don't buy the excuse. They said he weighed in at the hotel before he got there. Blah, 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 yakety schmackety. It's safe to be under the weight when you get there, weigh in and then sip on some Gatorade. All right. I've seen Mikey Garcia damn near pass out trying to make weight, but he made it. I've seen MMA guys have to get help to the scales to make weight, but they made it. On this level with all of these things, all this crap that he was talking, this was the last thing that I would think would happen. This was the last thing. Making weight, as driven as you was stateside against Teofimo Lopez. By the way, we rooted for you, dude. As driven as you was, the last thing that these guys at these lighter weights, these booger weights at 78 likes to call them, you should not be missing weight. When he took his shirt off, I looked at his body and I said, what's going on? I said, no, it can't be. When he got on the scales, he looked, you know, like how you ever took a test at school, you thought you passed it, and you still passed. You thought you aced it, but you thought you were gonna get like a 90 to 100, you got like a 65. You're like, whoa, what happened? Yeah. How the fuck at 135 you look soft like that? First of all, he's built like a Lego block. All right, that's fucked up right there.
Facts.
That is fucked up. How you look like a dirty ironing board? This is ridiculous. He's standing there, he took a deep breath. He told everyone to be quiet, like noise is gonna add pounds on that goddamn scale. He told everyone to be quiet. He's taking off earrings and shit. And I said, hold on, it can't be. It can't be. And what was it, Michael Buffer? He said, yeah, 136 in the court or something. He was over. Then he said he had to strip down, take his drawers off. I said, oh, here we go. He ain't gonna make the weight. Now, of course, it was to us, the regular humans that are not fighters, that's not much. But you have a contracted weight. He knew what he was supposed to do. How the fuck the bigger guy, Devin Haney, right? Now, mind you, they say George Kambosos was 5'9". That's a lie. Devin is 5'9". This guy's all of 5'7". And right. Devin, the bigger guy, came in underweight, 134 and some change, shredded, ready.
Yep.
This dude at home, all the advantages coming. I don't even see a six-pack there. I'm not even kidding. He doesn't have a six-pack. What is going on? What's going on there?
At 135. It's not a heavyweight.
This doesn't make any sense. All right. Look at his father standing there on the left. There's a bit of concern now. Now, I heard the hecklers in the audience. I ain't paying them no mind. Those guys was casuals. I can't pay that no mind. But you know what? It's fight time, baby. Now you got to back it up. While Devin was talking about how he was well scouted and, you know, he's ready for Kambosos, while he was talking about we worked on strategy, we know what he does wrong, and we're going to take advantage of it. I'm going to disarm him. I'm going to remove all his tools. While they were having that talk, he was talking about DMs. This guy lost already.
Facts.
I'm not into the drama. People run around online. Oh, he's a rat. He's a rat. Google it. He's a rat. He's a rat. He's a rat. Yeah, we're not talking about that. I want to talk about, can he land that right hand that he landed on Teofimo? The answer is no.
Yep.
I want to talk about, can he fight in the pocket against Devin? The answer is no. Can he get out of the way of Devin's jab? The answer is no. I don't believe it. But, you know, we're going to find out tomorrow. This guy pissed me off so bad because I'm leaving those videos up so no one could call me Fugazi. I said, I don't know George Kambosos. Well, he was Kambosos when I was rocking with him. And I said, they over here in New York spelling his name wrong on posters. I don't know if he's going to win or how he's going to win, but he has to because it's for the greater good of boxing. Just for him to turn around and do this shit. I'd rather Teofimo have beat him and just dump the belts and have Devin win him. Because at least we knew what Teo was going to do. This guy, he's fighting Devin, but look what Devin has to crawl through. And he shot himself in the foot because when that bombshell was dropped to him with that Jack Johnson information, did y'all see his face?
Yeah.
Was that in Australia? Yeah, dude. And I said, wait a minute. I went straight to Google.
Yeah, bro.
I went straight to Google. And then I said, what's going on here? Oh, history's going to repeat itself. The whole time this guy's, you know, huffing and puffing and calling people all kinds of names. Devin has been so professional. So honest. He behaved like a gentleman. He's already behaving like a champion. He's behaving like how isn't Devin behaving how people wished Floyd Mayweather would behave? Remember that? Devin is behaving how people wish Floyd Mayweather behaved. So this is another case, y'all, of it doesn't matter how a black fighter behaves. It doesn't matter. Hate is hate is hate is hate. It doesn't matter. None of that shit matters. You could be Andre Ward, you could be Deontay Wilder, you could be Floyd Mayweather, you could be Devin Haney. I just named a few fighters, different personalities. All the hate is the same. Look at Devin here, shredded. You see the six pack, you see the rib cage, you see the cuts, you see the definition. And to be honest, during weigh-ins, just like bodybuilders, when bodybuilders hit that stage, they're at their weakest. They can't even bench press 205.
Mm-hmm.
They're at their weakest. They're dehydrated because the skin has to hug the muscle. These weigh-ins, the fighters are at their weakest. Look at Devin shredded. He's going to rehydrate. I bet you he's going to walk in that ring like about 148 tomorrow.
Mm.
Hey, Drew, I want to say thank you for saying what you said about it doesn't matter about the personality types and everything. The hate is all the same for each and every one of us. No truer statement has been made on this stream tonight. That's 1,000% on point.
I'll pass it up
Absolutely.
I'll pass it to K-Rod. I know he wanted to chime in.
Okay, hey, Stormy, I wish I had that video of the telephone man.
Please play it.
Hey, what'd you say?
Telephone man.
What'd you say,
Stormy,
Devon?
you gotta send me that. I said you gotta send me that video of the telephone man for K-Rod anytime he comes on any panel.
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Telephone man.
K-Rod, there you go.
Yeah. Oh my God.
K-Rod, how do you see the fight going down, man?
Yo, I see Devin decapitating this man.
Damn.
Honestly, like I just think from the Kambosos that fought Teofimo, that's not going to be there for this fight. Like I think George Kambosos, he's not focused. He looks very defeated, and I just think honestly, Devin, he's just kept it very straightforward. He's like to me, from just by looking at how much he's trained hard for this fight, I think Devin's going in there with a purpose, and I think honestly, he's going to give it all on the line to dominate George. And I just think that Devin's just like the more desirable fighter that wants to like basically like accomplish legacy and be very successful, you know, for his career. So I just think Devin, he's just gonna go in there and beat up George very bad. And I just think honestly, just based off of what the professionalism that Devin has shown, I think that's what's going to like make Devin more successful, because he's just gonna come in with like a high level championship mentality, to the point where the fight itself like will basically look easy to him, because he's like very super focused and he has everything planned out. So I think Devin's gonna shine, and hopefully history can repeat itself, just like Jack Johnson. So Devin,
Y'all
by
see
lead.
this?
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
see what you got on the screen right there. I took a piss. Simple and easy. The art of war, baby. Deception. Let them believe this was done. Everything is a process. Art of war. Deception. I did it on purpose. George Kambosos on how he came in so far under the limit on second try. Wow.
Lies.
This guy just keep lying, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
king of lies.
Can I share what I think is gonna happen?
Go ahead, Stormy. Go ahead, Stormy.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know what's my man's name? The pad man that's working with Devin.
That's oh shit, I'm having a brain fart.
Yeah, me too. Well,
Pat
Padman's in his name.
nickname Padman, isn't he?
Padman
Yeah.
McGriff.
Yeah.
There you go.
Listen, when he did his interview the other day, you know, he said they got some tricks up their sleeve and everything, and I think I know what it is. And if it isn't a part of this, it should be a part of the process. But check this out. Kambosos thinks he has a pretty good right hand, right? But Divine, you talked about this and you broke it down. He's got this awkward way he throws his right hand. He kind of loops it, right? Loops it. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. They're going to sucker that dude into getting comfortable throwing that right hand. And Devin's going to cut loose a straight right hand, either timed right when he throws it, when he gets the timing down, and he's going to catch that sucker wide open, and the fight will be over.
Damn.
And it's all going to get set up by the work behind his jab. Because Devin can fight like Floyd in that same type of posture. So there are ways that he can get him to try to throw that right hand. But I'm going to tell you something. Look for it. Look for the counter right hand. Basically, when Kambosos throws his right hand, boom, because you don't see it coming. It's how Lennox Lewis got knocked out by Oliver McCall. Watch what I say.
I remember that.
Tay on here. What you think about that, Tay?
Let me get this super chat real quick, man.
I love that.
And Tay can cook. Hold on. Shout out to my man Mike Biggs, man. Mike Biggs says, salute kings of the panel. Kambosos in caps put way too much energy into downgrading a man in caps and less into his own craft. Backfired on his dumbass. Karma, a motherfucker. And the new undisputed champ, King Devin Haney. Straight facts, Mike. Absolute facts. And I've been saying it, and I've been preaching it, and I've been pulling my hair out about it, is I want to hear how you plan to beat Devin. And you haven't touched on it one little bit. No, I don't need to hear your game plan. No fighter before a fight gives out their game plan. But give the fans something to talk about. And the only thing you give the fans to talk about is the dumb shit that comes out of your mouth talking about snitches and rats as if you know what that even means. Disappointment. Go ahead, Tay.
I don't have a prediction just yet, but I definitely like what Stormy said. I totally agree. I haven't spoke with Padman McGriff, but based off the interview and some of the things that I was saying, and we was pretty much on the same page, so I can definitely see that happening, Stormy, definitely, without a doubt. But I think common denominator here is the fact that I'm not sure if a lot of people caught what I said, that, Sento and Padman McGriff used to work in the same gym. Padman McGriff was training Teofimo Lopez, so it was training right alongside. Well, the common denominator here is the fact that now he's training with Devin Haney. Devin Haney wasn't in that gym, so my only guess is that Padman McGriff know how Sento's train, and he gonna have something incorporated for that training.
I think that Haney got a game plan, and Kambosos thinks that he has a game plan. There's a difference. Difference.
How many dimensions have we seen in Kambosos? I started doing homework on him from when he signed to fight Teofimo, because he was not on the radar at all. But I did some homework with him and on him, and smoke and mirrors. Man, that boy ready, man. And he's gonna rehydrate to like 148 tomorrow. Watch what I tell you. The bigger man made weight.
Good.
Crispy.
Hey, yo, Divine, could I chime in on that weight cut for Kambosos situation?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I think honestly that the problem with boxers is that their weight cutting, correct me if I'm wrong, Tay, is like a lot more different, but it's kind of similar, like in a way, to wrestling, where you know that the weight cutting processes is like more detrimental because, like, to pretty much add on to Tay's point, some fighters have like different ways of like how they want to cut weight, but the biggest problem is just that if you're going through like a fat camp and you're draining all that, like basically all the fat compounded on top of what the water weight, doesn't that make you more weaker heading into your fight? So therefore, as you're trying to drain to get down to that weight, you put yourself in a more like how should I say more riskier position to get yourself hurt or if not killed, right?
I'm actually texting back and forth with Prince Albert Bell now. He said there's two different scales. One had him under, and one had him over.
Wow.
You're not
You hear that,
supposed to
Drew?
believe the scales. You're not supposed to believe the scales at the fucking hotel. They should have did a test run. Like I said, if the hotel scale said you was 135, you need to make sure you're like 134, 133 when you leave that bitch, so we can get to the hotel, because you don't want to take any chances. But in those lower weights, it's a science. I get it. But he was over, man. He should know better than that. He's been here before. This is what I'm saying. He's been here before. This ain't new territory. This ain't a new weight class for him. This is 135.
But Haney and George stood on the same scale.
Here's the thing. And Black Fight Fan just put this on the Instagram. Leading up to this fight, the word that he used most in this reference to this fight was what? Preparation. Says it a lot. And how the hell you use preparation and you get on a damn scale? You're not prepared. Let me find out this was a fat camp for you.
Well, the writing's already on the wall, Drew. We saw him. He had to take his drawers off and show his ass. So the only preparation that could have been available was preparation H, because it was a lot of out there.
Damn.
You got it.
Yo, he's gonna get knocked out tomorrow. Look. Here we go. Here's my prediction. I'm just gonna give it. All right. Bias. Y'all know I want Devin to win. All right. That's the emotion talking. But let me tell you, the cool head, the level head. All right. Now that I've seen this, him missing weight, I said stoppage round 9, 10. Now I've seen this, and he's already capping on social media already. I got Devin in 6. I got him working the body. There's not going to be anything that this guy can do that's going to give him the slightest go ahead that he's going to win this fight. We're going to know between rounds 1 and 2 what we're dealing with here. Devin's going to put him on his back foot. He ain't going to want that smoke on the inside, because Devin got enough power to keep him honest. He's going to put that stick in his chest, put that stick in his body. It's going to be the same thing that they said about Floyd. Hey, man, he ain't got no power. But he wasn't getting mauled in all those fights either. So that should tell you something. So what I feel is going to happen is, by round 2, we're going to know what we're dealing with. And George can't win going off the back foot. He's going to have to sell out. And he's not going to have the balls to sell out, because then it's going to kick in. Yo, I don't want to get embarrassed on my soil. Maybe I can outbox this guy and stay away. And maybe I'll get a gift from the judges. But the block is hot. You already know about that. The block is hot. He might try and commit or get the ring cut off. He's going to get hurt real bad between rounds 1 and 5. I'm going to call Devin stopping this guy in 6 rounds. Or Either he's gonna drop him, and the ref is gonna say no more, or Jim Browski Kambosos will throw in the towel and say, yo, nope, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. But I'm picking Devin Haney to dominate this dude. After this weigh-in shit that we just saw, And Thomas just hit me up and said, yo, what he put up on the gram, talking about an art of war, deception, he's typing a lot. He has a lot to say about missing weight. Devin responded with one word: cap. He's been saying he's been capping the whole time. He's been saying he's been capping. So game's over. Game's over, B. Devin's gonna stop this guy.
Devin told him, stop acting, bro. Stop acting. Stop acting like you're somebody that you're not, bro. Like,
yo, Thomas hit me up on WhatsApp. He says, because I had said, Devin might rehydrate all the way up to like 148. Anybody is familiar with the IBF rules in reference to rehydration? Can't go over 10 pounds, something like that?
Yeah, but you can't rehydrate over 10 pounds.
Okay. All right, well, that's cool. So he won't be 148. He'll be 145. That's cool.
That's fine. It don't matter. You're gonna be 143, 144.
Yeah, he's gonna be looking like a super welterweight.
He's gonna fuck him up.
Yo, I want to ask Tay a question. Tay, do you think it's possible that George put in all of this effort, right, to prepare for Teofimo, that when it came to this fight, he just didn't have that same type of determination? Because going in and fighting Teo, it's like his first opportunity. Do you think it's possible that he didn't prepare, or wasn't mentally prepared coming into this fight like he was the Teo fight?
That's actually tough, because when you like I've been told, I forget his name. I forget what coach name already, but he said one time while we was in camp, he said, it's not about what you do to get the belt, it's what you do to keep the belts. And if I'm living by that slogan, I'm gonna always rise up to the occasion. Always, if I'm living by that slogan. I'm not sure if he's living by that slogan. Obviously, he's not. But for us, the same drive and determination. But if he was living by that slogan again, we wouldn't even be talking about that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Divine, put T from LOC. His comment up there. I want to address that.
1 second. Yep. Before I do that, man, I want to do my man Kenneth Johnson in that super channel. Salute to the panel. Salute to you. Appreciate that super chat, man. The super chats like this keeps us motivated and keeps all of us, motivated and focused to continue to do what we do. Every single person on this panel, I believe, maybe other than King of Kings, has a channel, man. So I appreciate the super chats that come in. Really do motivate us. All right, so before you hit that, just real quickly, Drew, we got a poll in the chat. If you didn't know,
I voted.
We got a poll in the chat. It's a simple one. Who wins, right? And we do have 11% saying Kambosos is going to win by a decision, and 11% winning by stoppage. A total of 22% of the people that have voted got Kambosos winning the fight. And after all this time, we finally have one person that comes in, T from LOC, giving his opinion.
It's cool. So I just wanted I want to address it.
Go ahead.
So the brother says, who has Devin stopped at the elite level to make you think he's getting a stoppage against a guy that went the distance with one of the hardest hitters at 135? Here's how I see this. That hardest hitter avoided Devin Haney like the plague. Okay? So did Tank. Look it up. Who's also one, if not the biggest puncher at 135. He's knocking people out at 140, 135. He can make 130. Tank is that threat. Teofimo's a hard hitter. And he hit Kambosos, almost had him out of there in round 10. All right? Lomachenko, not a heavy hitter, but heavy enough. 3 names I just explained avoided Devin Haney. There's a reason. I think timing negates speed. It's not that Kambosos is like lightning fast. Devin is a more precise puncher. He's the bigger guy. He's going to appear to be the bigger guy in this fight, to the point where I guarantee you somewhere somebody's going to call after this fight, they're going to call Devin Haney a weight bully. I'm almost sure of it. I'm almost sure that's coming.
And Floyd Joy Mayweather Sr. is on record having said that Devin put it on Tank Davis.
Yeah, I was getting there.
He was right there, and he saw it.
There's a reason why Devin Haney hasn't gotten the fights that we would have liked to have seen. This right here, you know what this is? This is Vernon Forrest before the Ricardo Mayorga situation. Everybody knew who Vernon Forrest was. Once upon a time, he was a decorated amateur, and there was no excuse for people not to fight him. Everyone knew who the fuck he was. And Shane Mosley gave him the opportunity, and we saw what happened. Okay? In this instance, the reason why I'm calling for a stoppage is because George, stylistically, he's not a power puncher. He's not a power puncher. He's not going to outbox Devin Haney. Not based off of what I know. The sexy thing to say is the eye test. I'm not a pro, but I can count. I can count forwards and backwards. And based off of what I've seen, stylistically, George, what is he going to do? Out-muscle Devin? We know that's not happening. What is he going to do? Outbox Devin? That's not happening. He might hang around for about 30 seconds, but Devin's just a better fighter. He's a better fighter. Okay?
He has to counter him. That's his only chance. He's got to figure out a way to counter.
And for Kambosos, that's not going to work. There's no part of this fight that I see him winning unless Devin turns his damn ankle. You understand? This is why he was doing all this talking. He didn't talk about strategy and what we studied and everything else. He talked about him being a rat and a snitch, and he sold the fight. And here you see him walking off the stage ass naked because he can't make weight. He was doing all this talking, but they never discussed strategy. Why? Because George Kambosos does not have the tools, physically or talent-wise, to fuck with Devin at all. And it showed because he missed weight. That's stress. I hope y'all understand that was stress. What that take? He went straight to Twitter to justify Art of War. No, dude, you were stressed. You've been stressing this whole week. You've been stressed. That was stress weight right there. Okay, you 130, you 136, 130, whatever you was, and you don't have abs. There's a problem, man. He was go looking when he fought Teofimo Lopez. He was in a lot better shape. I mean, never mind the fact that Teofimo pushed off that fight, 3 times or something crazy like that? So he was always in camp. But this guy, he's not on the same level as Devin. We're going to see that. And I picked Devin to stop this guy because that was stress right there.
Yo,
now,
Drew.
What's up?
Drew, it's almost like he didn't think for some reason that the fight might actually happen. Like the fact that Bill couldn't go to Australia, it's almost as if he thought, if I can somehow get Devin to pull out of the fight.
He tried so hard. And
I don't know. I get these vibes now. I'm really starting to get these vibes.
I've been saying that, and I've been thinking that these guys was pulling every rabbit out of the hat. Okay, they could have did this a long time ago. Like I said, I spoke to Tay about this. We spoke to Bill about this. Once you sign the fight and you got a team going to another country, the first thing that hits that table is, okay, we have restrictions here. Who's gonna go? Now you look at this stare down right here.
Look at this face off, man.
Look at Devin. Look at Devin's head, and he's kind of hunched over. Devin is a real 5'9". George Kambosos is not 5'9" at all. At all. The guy's lying. The box rec is lying. He's panicking. And this is before he had to go burn off that extra pound or whatever he had to do. He's going to get fucked up bad. And I'm glad we brought up the Teofimo fight. Teofimo was losing every round and landed one. And it was a straight right hand. Was it not, Stormy? It was a straight right hand. And almost got George out of there.
Yep.
And I think, I know, although Teofimo is a powerful puncher, Devin Haney's a more precise and faster puncher. He'll get to that target faster. That's going to hurt him. That's going to hurt him. George is going to get hurt in this fight. And it's going to happen fast. It's going to be one point. George's going to be in it, and boom, something's going to happen. He's going to be doing the stanky leg. Now, does he beat the count? Probably. But there's going to be a decision to make. If he whatever round he gets hurt in, there's going to be a decision that has to be made. George, you all right? You want to go back out there? You sure? It's going to happen again. What you going to do? This ain't Teofimo. And look at the Teofimo fight. Was he boxing or was he throwing haymakers trying to get him out of there? That's how he got caught in the first goddamn place. You understand what I'm saying? This is crazy, man.
I mean, imagine being shouted at to your face over and over again. You fat bitch.
You fat bitch.
You ain't nothing but a fat bitch. Imagine having that shouted into your face repeatedly. And there's nothing that you can say that can change that fact.
Hey, I think let me jump in real quick. I think you made an excellent point where you said it looked like Kambosos is like he thought the fight wasn't going to happen. I think with all these obstacles, all the shenanigans, I think at some point in time, he thought that he was going to really get Devin to back out of the fight. There was a lot of reasons to back out of the fight, you know. But
yes,
I think that's the mentality of somebody who's a clown, who's fake, you know. So he's projecting his inner thoughts about himself onto Devin, just not realizing like Devin's a real warrior. He don't give. He's coming to get it. Do what you want to do. Put whatever obstacles you want in front of me. It's not going to stop me. And I think Kambosos is just surprised, like, damn, I've done all this stuff, and this dude is still undaunted. And then we don't even get a face off, and this dude runs up in my face and like Devon said, "You fat bitch, are you serious?" Like somebody should have ratted on you going to the buffet. You fucking bum. That's bum behavior. You can't be perpetrated as a unified champion in this division, and you can't make weight. I mean, that's the simplest thing you need to do. I mean, it's sad. It's like showing up to work on time. Like, bitch, you can't show up on time to start work,
bro. I'm gonna roast this dude all week. I'm gonna get Rolf Harris, and I'm gonna play that shit behind him getting his ass beat on every video I do. Time me kangaroo down, sport. Time me kangaroo down. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm clowning this dude. I can't believe I supported this piece of shit. I can't believe it. I thought he was better than this. And I don't know who this dude is, but I swear to God, BFTB blocked him.
Who's that?
This pound for pound king dude. Whatever. I'm on that Tay Jones shit. You got to pay me to have a conversation with me. What the fuck is he talking about, man? Get out of here. You got to pay me. I don't talk to guys like that. I'm not talking to him. If he clicks a link, I'm not talking to him. I'm dead ass. I'm not. I don't talk to guys like that.
I'll handle
He came in here pure emotion. I can tell by what he's saying.
Yeah. What you on about, mate? What are you on about? Yeah, we know what time it is. If that's all you got to say, then you ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah. In caps, you don't know shit about boxing. Dude, whatever, man. Good luck with whatever you're doing in life, your endeavors, you know. Have a blessed night, dude. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care what anybody I don't care what anybody says, man. This is not a good look for George.
Dude, when there's millions of dollars on the line,
honestly.
If you could avoid an ass whooping, people will do anything to get out of it. They don't give a fuck about who spent what to do what. Did Fury not fake COVID in July and Vegas blew money fucking with him? That happened, dude. That happened. Okay, I did a video about what the hell is his name? But he faked an injury and fucked off an entire event, and then admitted it later. Everybody got fucked over because of that shit. I forgot the brother's name, but I was like, yo, boxing strikes again.
Hey, you can throw Triller in there with the first Kambosos fight. How much money did they lose? Fucking
Thank you.
Yeah, they lost fucking millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars. So it's not beyond the scope of reason if this guy Kambosos. I mean, you remember when Bernard Hopkins fought what's his name? Chad Dawson. It was a pay-per-view. He falls to the ground, hurts his shoulder. Boom, there goes the main event. After everyone done paid $50. Remember that? So absolutely, these guys will fuck off an event. Absolutely. He coming in overweight, talking all this shit.
Listen, in one of the biggest fights of all time, Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield on the ear twice.
Thank you.
And got disqualified because he didn't want to go and take another ass whooping.
That's exactly what was happening. That's exactly what was about to happen. He's about to get off again.
Get beat up.
These guys don't care about the money you spent, the millions of dollars on the line. It's not their money. A portion of his money's guaranteed already.
Yep.
Come on, man. Of course he'll fucking throw this shit in the garbage. Of course. Don't trust these guys.
Michael Nunn's multi-million-dollar paycheck after a fight had to be returned to him because he dropped it while he was partying so good. Somebody was kind enough to bring it back to him after one of his fights. I'm not going to even say which fight it was, but he dropped his check. You see how people fuck off?
Yeah.
There's a 1,000,001 tales, huh?
Come on now. See that I don't talk to guys like that. They don't know shit about boxing. I've seen a lot of foul stuff, and it's unexplained. I haven't seen a positive test report from Tyson Fury, but they want a toxicology report from Deontay Wilder. You see what I'm saying? So of course George Kambosos with all this nonsense, he's been lying from day one. Devin to go in here tomorrow and hit him on the belt line, he'll fall to the ground and start rolling around talking about he hit me in the nuts, and he'll wave the fight off. I believe he'll do some shit like that.
And we never got a sobriety test for Tyson Fury, did we?
Nothing. Not a
People
goddamn
talk
thing.
about PEDs and everything, but I like to know about the other stuff. Huh?
Come on, man.
I got a question for the entire panel. And this is a real question. People get upset when I ask it, but I don't give a fuck. You got a problem with it, click the link. What if the roles were reversed and Devin Haney missed weight, looked like shit, talking about snitches and informants and rats? If the roles were reversed, what would the conversation be like?
Oh, they'd be the boy who wasn't king.
They'd be in our chats right now. On every video we did a reference to this, commenting and calling us all kinds of niggas and, be consistent, hold them accountable. They'd be in our chats right now. But they're not there now because they, in their heart of hearts, they know this guy's about to get fucked up tomorrow, B. For real.
But when Kambosos does it, he's trying to sell the fight. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, double standard.
Get out of my face. Yo, y'all remember Bernard Hopkins before he was about to fight what's his name? White dude
Calzaghe.
from Calzaghe.
Yeah, Calzaghe.
And he said, "I'll never let a white boy beat me."
Mm-hmm.
When he said that, the media went fucking bananas.
Mm-hmm.
He's racist.
Mm-hmm. Paulie
You don't like white people.
Paulie Malignaggi referred to black people as a whole other species. He said that. Where's the outrage? We're different. We're not even human. We're just a different species.
Well, who you talking about? Paulie
Malignaggi said that.
Oh yeah. He said that George Floyd deserved to die because he was on drugs.
Well,
Hey yo, Drew.
He
Drew,
deserved
that's
his woman when he took him from him.
Drew. That's New York.
That nigga won't come near me, B. All the boxing.
But
in the world,
the reason why I asked this, and I hate to swing it this way, but I keep asking these questions and I always fail, or I'm like I never get an answer from people, ever. It's the same thing when I ask people, when people go crazy at Deontay. And when they say, oh, Deontay came out with all these allegations and accusations and he didn't have fact and he's lying and he can't take a loss. He's not a man. Take a loss like a man, right? An accusation is essentially a situation where you feel that you were done wrongly and you want answers, right? It's no different than the shit that was all over the fucking news for the past 6 weeks with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. The whole goddamn world watching that shit. It was accusations. It was allegations. But questions were answered, weren't they? Questions were answered. But with Deontay, right? And I kept saying, people, okay, calm down. I get you. You don't like it. People saying things, they don't got proof. Okay. But my question is this, man. Once again, what if the roles were reversed? What if Deontay knocked Tyson Fury out and Tyson Fury came out and said, you know what? I think Deontay loaded his gloves. The whole boxing world would investigate Deontay's house, his boxing ring, everything. They would go and try to dismantle this man. Prove me wrong.
Divine, they already investigated Deontay for all of that. With all the dudes that he left in the wake, they was investigating. It just wasn't nothing to be found. So they just hated it even more because it was all natural.
Do you remember when he had those pins in his hand?
They was trying to say that. Oh yeah.
I swear to God, when I was on Facebook, and this is one of the arguments why I got the fuck off of Facebook. He had those pins in his hand. Somebody said that he always had those pins in his hand, and that's why that right hand was landing so heavy and knocking people out, because he was Wolverine and he had some adamantium in his goddamn hand. I swear to God, this was a real argument. And I said,
"Oh yeah, real history right here."
All I kept saying is in the Facebook groups, like, are y'all crazy? Are y'all crazy? He had pins in his hand because he broke his shit. But y'all saying that he always had it, and that's why he's landing and knocking people out? Because he has some shit in his hand? Are y'all serious? It was a whole thing. I said, you know what? Goodbye. I can't deal with that.
This is real history right here. Jerry Coetzee from South Africa, okay, had a titanium hand, and he was knocking people out in boxing. He didn't really want to go too many other places outside of there, but he was beating people's ass, and it was well known. It was a documented fact that he had titanium in his hand because his hand had been damaged and everything, and when they put it back together, he had titanium in that hand. But he still got knocked the fuck out. We got
can't put titanium in your chin.
Yeah,
they said there was a fake article, man. I hate Facebook, man. There was a fake article saying, yo, Deontay might be in trouble. And I'm reading it. It said that he was found punching the walls before Tyson Fury won. Punching the walls to manipulate the padding in his gloves. And the article was written so articulate. And I'm like, who's the source? It was some Indian motherfucker. I said, this is bullshit.
Tay was in the dressing room. He can contest to that.
None of that shit happened. I remember when Errol flipped his car. When I got out of bed, the first article I saw was he got killed in a gang-related street shooting. That's the first article I read. And I said, what? Hey. The next morning, I said, I'll never forget it. I was taking my daughter to school. And I was like, yo, what happened? I said, oh, hell no. And I started calling people. They was like, no. He had a car accident. We don't know how bad it is, though. But the car's destroyed. And I said, oh, shit. But the first thing I saw when I turned my phone on was he got shot and killed in a drive-by shooting, gang-related in Texas. That's what I read. So they have to lie on us. They do it so well. And that made its rounds, and people hit me up, yo, look at your man. Look, it's my man all of a sudden. When something like that happens. Or look at your man, look at your man, look at your man. I said, okay.
Let me expand on Divine's point real quick about, bringing up Wilder accusing Fury of something. here's the funny part is it's not like the accusations come out. The man had a history of doing it. If you are, I'm just gonna say, if you're a black person and you have a history of doing anything, it could have been 30 years ago, Devin Haney's dad, and somebody can still come out and say, well, you know, they accused you of drugs, you did it before. So it wasn't like he had this baseless accusations out of nowhere. The dude been caught cheating with his gloves before. He had a failed steroid test from a wild boar in an area where they don't even have boars. So I mean, it's just, so he based it on your history. You know, ain't that what they like to say to us? Your history leads me to believe that you're doing, that this is something that you're doing. Well, his history led him to believe that.
Now let me intervene real quick, and I'm gonna give you a live, real time. I'm gonna give you an instance right now in real time of what I'm talking about. Everything we're talking about happened, and to understand why we view things in a certain way, you have to understand how we got here, and why we never forget lies like that. This fella in the chat right now, Hap Low Type O. Okay, he's saying, so what? Forget about it. No, you don't forget about it. You don't forget about it. That's the problem. You do not forget about it. Because if you forget about it and brush it under the rug, it's going to keep happening again, happening again, happening again. You have to recognize it, acknowledge it, and move in another direction, but never forget it. You don't act like it didn't happen. You don't turn the other cheek on it. You recognize it and you put it in your back pocket. So when it tries to happen again, you say, oh, no. Remember y'all did this? You remember y'all did that? We supposed to forget the Black Murderers Row happened and just join hands and sing We Shall Overcome? And it didn't happen. Guess what? The Black Murderers Row is not being spoken about in main media, which is why these new age casuals don't know about it. Which is why they think all we doing is talking about race as if it's a new thing, as if it's an excuse. It's not a goddamn excuse. It's happening now, right now in front of our eyes. And why we can recognize it? Because we know what happened in the past. I don't care how many millions of dollars that Errol and the Charlos and Deontay got and that Devin Haney got. Look at the treatment. It's all relevant. To understand how you got here now, you have to understand the past. You don't forget it. You don't just say, oh, forget about it. You don't say, okay, this is not my show. This is why I don't.
It's all
He's
good.
talking about links. Whatever, man.
Don't come on.
Hoplo, man. It's pinned up at the top. See, here's the problem, right? Everybody conducts their channel differently, and as you may. It's your kingdom. You make the law. But here's my thing. When you comment, that means you're knocking at my front gate. And here he comes in the back. Cool. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Well, what, you think I wasn't going to hit the link or something?
I have no idea, bro. But I got to put that out there because a lot of people...
Have I ever been scared of fucking hitting the link before? Come on, Divine Sense. We've been on here since 2007, bro. Who wants to talk to me? Because this whole fucking discussion is like pointless, in my opinion.
Hold on a second.
Ahead.
I got a question.
I'm here right now.
I got a question. If the whole discussion is pointless,
I hopped on to hear what was going on Divine's channel. That's my homeboy. And I came on and to hear what was happening, and I commented on what you guys were talking about. That's why I'm here. If
You
that
didn't
was your
comment,
question.
you just said the whole discussion is pointless. We've talked about a number of things here, but you just said, see, words are powerful.
I'll rephrase.
Please do.
The whole point of the conversation that I've heard since I've been listening was pointless.
Which is, what have you been listening to that you've heard?
Starting from the first comment I made, which your homeboy over here was commenting.
My
on.
homeboy.
You see my name, dude.
Hold on.
What are we not all homeboys?
Disrespectfully.
Are we I'm not disrespecting anybody.
To you disrespectfully, so please.
I'm not fucking disrespecting anybody.
I'm addressing you.
I consider us all homeboys as
you are
boxing
not my
fans.
homeboy. I don't even know who you are. But
Okay, you don't know who I am. Like we've never fucking talked before on D Styles' channel.
I don't know who you are.
I'm haplotype 0.
Lie about that.
You bro. We fucking talked many times before.
Hold on.
Listen to what I'm saying to you.
Time out. Hoplo, I don't know when you came in. I don't know how long you've been listening. Right? We've been on for almost 2.5 hours. We spent an hour and a half of that talking about the fight coming up tomorrow. Right? I posed the question. Question.
Sure.
If the roles were reversed, and it was Devin Haney who was saying the things that Kambosos has been saying about being a snitch and a rat and all these different things, and didn't make weight, what would the conversation be like? And I made a reference to when you call somebody those type of things, like a rat and different things, right? Okay, let me finish just real quickly. I made a reference then to Wilder and Fury.
Right.
And I said that for Deontay's behalf, he felt that he was done wrongly, and he presented things that he felt that was wrong, and he was chastised and criticized and was dismantled. But if the roles were reversed, as I always say, and it was Tyson Fury, let's say, for example, he was knocked out, and he came out and said, I think Deontay's gloves were loaded and he cheated me. I personally feel like there would be a different type of energy. That was my reference. So I don't know when you came in and what you heard.
I think well, I'm hearing what you're telling me right now, and I don't understand the point of this conversation. Like,
so then why are you talking?
If you guys fucking asked me to hit the link,
the first thing you said.
Why are you interrupting me? Why are you interrupting me?
Because I don't give a fuck about you. The first thing you said was, "Who gives a fuck?" Though it's over with. That's the first thing you said. That's the first thing you said.
Who the fuck are you?
To care about what you say?
Who the fuck are you? I was talking. Who gives a fuck? It's over with.
Hoplo, what don't you care about?
So I'm supposed to want to talk.
I don't even know. I don't even know what it is.
I didn't ask you to fucking talk to me. You addressed me, motherfucker.
Hoplo, talk to me. Hoplo, talk to me. I don't know what your issue is. You said that you don't. You said that it's not worth discussion.
I was trying to answer your initial question. You said. No. You said the question that you asked to the panel, and I wanted to give my answer to that question. What was the initial question again?
If the roles were reversed.
What was it? If the roles were reversed, in which situation and what?
You're killing me, bro. I just laid it out for you.
Am I? I can go, bro.
I don't know. Maybe you had too much to drink tonight. All right. I know it's fight night tomorrow, so maybe you get warmed up.
To drink.
I don't know,
Hold on,
Look,
homie.
I'll
don't fucking play me like that, Divine, because you know.
What are you talking about, bro? I've repeated it 3 times, bro. You understand me? I've repeated it 3 times. But I'll do it one more time.
What is the question?
If the roles were reversed, and Kambosos, if Haney was the person who then came out and accused Kambosos of being a rat, being an informant, being a snitch, then turned around on weigh day and didn't make weights, and his body also did not look like it should be at this level as a champion. If the roles were reversed, what would the energy be like? And I made a reference to Fury and Wilder.
Can I just answer that?
Okay.
For the Fury and Wilder thing.
Okay.
It would be no different. You don't make weight, you're a fucking bum. Period. About like him doing all the other shit, I don't think it would be any different whatsoever. Either way.
You don't think it would be different
That's my
if Devin
answer.
came out and called Kambosos a snitch and a rat and an informant?
Fuck no. It's a bitch move either way. Either guy who does it is a bitch.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I don't know if that was your initial issue or if you.
No, I didn't even hear that part.
When we brought up
I
Wilder
came in
and Fury.
the middle of the conversation.
He came in, Divine. Now I'm talking to you. His second comment in the comment section was, "So that's what you read and then the real story came out. So what? So he came in guns blazing as I'm in mid.
No, I was talking to you because you had said you read some article that said something, and
So
then it
if
came
you
out
heard
to be
what I said,
something
I said I
else.
knew the story was bullshit, but I used it as an example that fighters are treated differently. That was my point. You just came in here.
What do you mean
mudslinging.
fighters
I'm
are
supposed to win a
treated
trophy?
differently?
I'm not going in with this guy. You go ahead, Devon.
I know you're not, because you can't go in with me.
You don't,
and you never
shut
will
the
be able
fuck up
to.
and stop drinking.
you don't think that fighters are treated differently? It's a serious question. All jokes aside,
Which fighters are
And
you?
think about
are you
it. Think
talking
about it. No, but seriously,
Which
think
fighters
about
are
it
you
carefully,
talking
bro.
about, Divine?
Oh God.
It doesn't.
Which
I'm not
fighters
talking
are
about any
treated
specific
differently?
fighter. I'm talking about boxing. In
I mean,
boxing right now, do you think that all fighters
are treated differently? Yes.
Hold on, bro. All fighters
Individuals
of
are
different-
treated differently.
No. All fighters of all races, colors, creeds, and whatever have you, right? However you want to cut it or slice it, you honestly think that all of them are treated on an equal platform?
For me,
Yes or no?
yes. For me
Okay,
and
so
my
that's where we-
treatment of them, yes. My
I'm not
treatment
talking
of
about
them,
you.
yes.
I'm talking about the media. I'm talking about the general perception. Boxing
Well,
fans.
that would depend on
mainstream
who
boxing
you're talking. No,
media.
I would say absolutely not. In that case, they're not all treated the same. For
Okay,
instance,
then. I'm not
Floyd,
asking you, bro. I'm
Floyd
not
has
asking
been
you.
treated even very much better than a lot of other fighters because he was the cash cow. He got treated way better than, let's say, other fighters from his generation.
Who are you referring to? Sorry, I missed that.
I said Floyd was treated much better than other fighters of his generation because he was the cash cow.
Okay, sure. Money speaks volumes. But do you seriously think that people actually respected and liked Floyd? I would argue
Sure.
that up to
A lot of
50 to
people did.
60% of the money that he made in his career were based off the fact that people wanted to see him lose because people didn't
Okay,
like
same
him.
with Howard Stern. But then what?
The
They
fuck are
both
you-
laughing all the way to the
Right.
bank.
Bro. You're killing
Laughing
me right
all the way to the bank.
Going in.
now. Pablo, you're killing me tonight, bro. You're
That's a
killing me.
funny song. I'm glad you guys like that music. Someone listened to that shit and decided to play it.
The irritate and the thing about it is, Hoplo, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Man to man, man to man.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit disappointed because I have seen
I am too.
you around my channel for a very long time. Typically speaking,
Since the beginning.
you-
Can someone turn
okay.
that fucking gay ass music off, please?
Typically,
Whoever that
speaking-
is a fucking faggot.
Typically speaking, you've always talked about boxing.
Of course.
But tonight you came in here on a completely different angle, and you
No,
know
I'm talking about
the
boxing
voice.
now.
You know the voice of which I speak from because I've been speaking with the same voice for more than 10 years. Am I right or wrong? You know what I stand for. You know how I talk. You know
This
what I speak
lame
about.
ass fucking. Look at this guy, bro. Like, it's distracting, Divine. I'm sorry. Look at these guys. Why are they playing this song? Somebody downloaded this song and played it, and that's on you, motherfucker. You like that shit. That's not about me. I'll wait until that shit is off, and then I'll answer whatever.
He's probably gonna loop it. The problem is, man, is I can't get upset at the people on the panel because we talk about this all the time, bro. You understand? Like our patience level is basically at zero at this point. And so when you come
So
in
is
here and talk
mine.
about what about your patience is zero exactly? What did we say?
I never had any patience.
All right, bro. You drunk, bro. You drunk, bro.
Listen, bro, saying I'm drunk just because I'm disagreeing with you motherfuckers is retarded. Playing this song is retarded. Waving your hands in the screen like you think you're funny and smiling, Stormy
came
B
in
Man,
here-
is
you came
retarded.
in here
I
with
came in
no-
here because I was asked to come in.
You came in here without any. You came in here without any intellectual substance. You came out
What
here
are you
with
talking
nothing
about?
but just.
I've explained
but-
everything that I was saying.
No, you didn't.
What do you
bro.
mean,
had
no
a lot to drink
intellectual
tonight.
substance?
There's a fight tomorrow.
Motherfucker, I haven't drank shit. What do you want to know? I'll answer.
Are you Rob Van Dam? That's what I want to know. Are you Rob Van Dam? Used to tag team with Sabu?
Yeah.
Double leg drop on the
Yeah.
fucking table.
Are you
ECW,
retarded?
ECW?
Did your mom drop you on your head when you were a
A
baby?
few times. A few times.
Yeah, okay, good. Well, that explains it.
All right, dude.
Disappointing. Disappointing, bro. Hey, it's late.
Ask me what
Get
you
some-
want, Divine. I'll answer
I
it. But
already-
that fucking
I already
music
did.
is.
Ask me what
We
you
already-
want, Divine,
I
I'll
already did.
answer
We
it.
got the message. We got the message, bro. We got it. You don't feel. You feel as if everyone is treated on a equal platform.
ECW.
By
ECW.
me.
ECW.
By me,
ECW.
sir. I said by me. Everyone is treated on an equal playing field by me.
Say
Personally.
dude. When you
I said
end the sentence, say
everybody
dude
is
at the
not.
end.
All right, thank you. Everybody is not treated on an equal playing field in general
Dude.
by the public. It's on an individual basis based on who you are.
Dude.
But by me, I treat them all on an equal playing field. And
Dude.
this dude in the middle is a fucking clown.
Dude.
Yeah, dude, you're a clown.
So Drew getting lit. So I muted him just for a second. I'm just gonna tell you this, bro, and you can keep it moving. I'm disappointed, man, because you've known me for a very long time, and like I said, you know the voice of which I speak from, and you took the opportunity tonight, knowing who I am and what I stand proudly for, to try and criticize a topic that everyone on this panel, including myself, because you know me, feel so strongly about. You came in here intoxicated, and you came in here and made yourself
Bro, I
look
am
like
not
a fool.
fucking
And that
intoxicated,
is
bro.
disappointing,
Holy
considering the
shit.
fact that I've known you and I've respected you as a boxing fan. So get some sleep. Reflect.
Dog, I
on
am
your
not
actions
intoxicated.
tonight
Number one.
and have
Number two,
a good
I-
night.
I
You
came
need a
in
break.
the middle.
You need a timeout. You need a timeout.
Yo, he sound like RVD. I swear to God, he does. I swear to God. Oh my God.
Hey,
hell
just,
Time
hey,
out.
let's get back on track because man, that's
Oh my God.
shit
The
right
motherfucker,
there.
listen, man. The motherfucker came in the chat while I'm talking, and the first thing he said was belligerent.
Emotional, damn it.
The fuck? He came in mudslinging. Who gives a fuck? That's the first thing he said. Hey, listen, dude, I know you're there in your chat. Here's what you do. Eat a dick between two slices of bread and keep him pushing. Van Dam, let's talk about it.
Since I wasn't allowed to say this while he was present, I just wanted to say this. That coming in saying you and your homeboy and all that, see, that's offensive language.
Thank you.
Because this is a panel having a discussion. Some of us are familiar because we've worked together. Some of us are not. Who is that person to come in and say something like that? I would never come in and be disrespectful like that, especially speaking on someone else's platform. But see, this is the thing that exists in the community out here. And again, I did not get disrespectful, but at the same time, I recognize what disrespect is. Sometimes you just have to let people know that, you know, the zoo does have hours that it closes, huh? And I didn't see an open for business sign for the zoo on Divine's channel here. I didn't see that. I've never seen that. But you do now know there's one reason why certain people, it's like, you know, when they come in and they come in like that, it's to disrupt. we were having a wonderful conversation on the sport of boxing with several different layers, but it's like there's no place
But
for
as
that.
soon as, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let me just say this: we were having a beautiful boxing discussion for a better half of 2 hours, and people sit. This is the thing, right? This is the thing that you learn over time being a part of this boxing shit. Is it at a certain point in time when the conversation swings just a little bit, and we make references to certain things, they come out.
Yep. Thank you.
They come out. We can talk about boxing. They can agree to disagree. They can sit back and be like, oh, yeah, these guys, they're not choosing the same guy that I think is going to win, whatever, right? What can they really say? Because they can't have a boxing conversation. So you're sitting and you're waiting for an opportunity to get brave and find courage. And tonight, it was liquid courage.
That's what it was.
Hey,
that's what it was.
Hey, I'm going to say this straight up about...
and I've known this guy. I've known him. He's been around for a very long time. Like I said to him, normally it's a boxing conversation, and I'm highly disappointed that you showed your true colors. And the fact that he brought up certain individuals to Stormy tonight is an indication of that. See, that's why it's a filter.
Divine, let me say this. And there's a reason, there's a reason why I did what I did. On my channel, I don't say people that I don't deal with. I make it a habit. I tell people don't say no one's name on my channel. If I say it, then you know it's on. But I tell people in my chat, don't say anyone's name on my channel. I'm not looking for no drama. I'm not looking for no smoke. I don't bother people, so I don't expect people to bother me. All right? But this motherfucker sat in the back, and he's been here. He says he just came in. All right? You walk in the room and you inserted your opinion in the conversation. You didn't even hear the whole thing. I said one fucking name, and then he jumps in the chat. I said one name, and I used Deontay's that fake story about I use that as an example. I use the Errol Spence alleged shooting as an example as to why people gotta lie on black athletes. Lie, and we're held to a different standard. And what was his response? I hold people to a same standard. I am not racist. That's basically what you were saying. We're talking about how the world views it. He said, I have a Black Murderers Row video. Where yours? Motherfucker, I talk about that shit damn near at least once or twice a week. I make reference to it. And don't act like you don't know who the fuck I am, bitch ass. So take your fucking closet racist ass somewhere else where people are gonna fucking deal with it. I don't deal with it. I said one name, and then you came in swinging through the tree like a fucking monkey.
Allow me to add on to that and simply say this. It's not closet racism. He wear it like a fucking bandana.
Badge of honor.
As soon as the mouth opens, the waist comes out. I told you, there's a number of people out here that you can't tell the difference between their mouth and their asshole, because both it just spews out filth. You understand?
Of course.
That's why it's like, don't even waste your time.
He wasn't here to talk boxing.
No, it wasn't. He was here to disrupt.
The first thing he did, and he don't even know me. The first thing he did, well, he claimed he don't know me. He came in here and was belligerent. That's what I read. Why are we referring to the past? Why are we holding on to the past? Oh, so what is fake? Move on. That's like, oh, slavery happened. Move on. It's over. The Holocaust happened. Move on. It's over. I'm sorry. We can't tell a Jewish person that.
There are still places across
bringing up
the
Howard
US.
Stern.
And for anybody out there wondering, when we
still have the water fountains that are separated, one up high for whites only, the one down low for blacks. Okay?
Yeah, fucked up.
And they haven't been removed purposely. Because some people, it's not about, oh, this is how it used to be. It's like others feel they don't want you to ever forget.
Thank you.
Not forget that it happened, but forget where your place and position was considered. Not where it was, but where it was considered.
Symbolism. 100%. 100%.
And I want to make it clear to everyone, when we say things, because Pablo's not the other one. There's probably other ones still lurking. They're probably masturbating at what just happened because somebody had an opportunity to come in say some dumb shit.
Good.
But look, when we say click the link, you at that point in time, you're not forced to clicking it. You choose to click it. We recommend that you click it instead of commenting in the section because you're looking stupid and you're probably going to get bopped up out of here anyway, so your words carry no weight. So you might as well click the link, but once you click it, you are responsible on how you conduct yourself. And like I said, when you comment and you say dumb shit, you are knocking at my front gates. This is the kingdom of Divine Sense Boxing. We are inside the kingdom having a feast, eating at the buffet together as a boxing family. If you want to sit at the table, you're going to come in here with fucking respect. And you click that link, you hold yourself accountable. We gave you the opportunity. I explained and I repeated myself 3 or 4 times. And so at that point in time, you need to do an about face, because if you don't, you will get tossed out the gates.
Devon, let me as a bit of information, just so everyone understands. His first comment. Who gives a fuck about all that though? It's over with. That was his very first comment. Second comment. So that's what you read, and then the real story came out. So what? So he's disregarding and undermining what I was talking about when he didn't even know what I was talking about. Now I'm supposed to want to talk to him? Those are the first 2 comments he made. Then he said Tyson Fury's dad couldn't come to the USA. So what? This is lame. Those are the next 2 comments. Right. So you came in beefing. I'm not gonna want to talk to you.
I want to highlight this for my man Omega. 100%, bro. That's what I want too. That's what I want. I want people to come in here and say, hey, thanks for having me on. Got a big fight coming up tomorrow, but I think Kambosos is going to win. Okay. Tell us how. But instead, you want to talk about an issue that, quite frankly, you have no investment in whatsoever other than you think it's foolish, right? What we reference to, you think it's foolish and pointless. So don't come in here talking about, oh, Devon, go ahead and enjoy your echo chamber. No, we continue to invite people that have different boxing opinions. And you take advantage of my courtesy. You take advantage of my generosity to take the opportunity to talk about some stupid shit.
And that's why he got the music.
Within
Let me say something real quick, bro. Hold on real quick, bro. I mean, just to bring it back to the topic, because like I said, he's in DVA so badly. We didn't even need an outside example of what you were talking about, Devon, because remember when Mr. Haney said in 2020 that no white boy would beat me, they came down on him so hard he had to come out and do a public apology. And as we've seen to the build up to this fight, Kambosos has made several racial undertones towards him, and nothing's happened. Where's the WBC sanction? That's their franchise champion, who's supposed to have a distinction that represents boxing, but he's out there talking like that, and nothing has been said to him. He hasn't been reprimanded. But Haney makes a joke on 70. It's not like he was on 78 show, and you know how we get down, and they act like they crucified him. They had him coming out apologizing, make him feel like it was the worst thing he could do. And then this whole time he's been allowed to have a guy. Look, let me give y'all some insight on something about that we understand. When a person calls you a thug, that's the new terminology that they use for the N-word.
Yes.
So when he's calling him that, that's what's he implying. When he's calling him boy, it's not the reference to like he think he's a young kid. That's what you call a young fighter, maybe the kid or something like that. But boy is clearly another racial statement that he wants to do. And he's been allowed to do it all the way through the build up through the fight. Haney makes one little comment on 78 show one morning, and then they act like he killed somebody. Deontay Wilder, the same thing. So we don't even need an example outside these two guys doing this, because this happened to one of them, and it was the end of the world. But like I said, Kambosos has been able to treat him any way he wanted to, and he's not. And the good thing about boxing is you get held accountable with somebody's fists at fight night.
Motherfucker came in here and said, "Your homeboy," and he was talking to Stormy. Everybody else on here, there's 3 black people, 4.
Respect the sensei.
You know what I'm saying? Your homeboy over here. What the fuck you mean? You couldn't say your buddy, your friend. You said your homeboy, dude. Come on. I'm 46 years old. You think I don't see what you're doing?
Not only
you cracker ass cracker.
Not only that, but that's what I was going to touch on, what Drew just said. And then within the next series of sentences, everybody was a motherfucker.
Thank you.
That's
including me.
And see, that's what I was trying to say. I was trying to say, and the man tries to say, you know who I don't know who he is. I've seen his name, but I don't know him. So there's no reason for me to lie about that. But at the same time, it's obvious that he don't know me, because I don't talk to people like that.
How have he's been on your channel?
Even if I decided to have an exchange and dialogue, I can say what needs to be said and articulate it in a manner that it still doesn't disrespect your platform.
I've never seen that dude in your chat. He's never called in your live show. He's never been in my chat. He don't frequent with me. Now he frequents over here. Divine, you know him. I just went to his channel and I blocked the shit out of him. He'll never pop up on my shit ever. All right, so he's been around since 06. Fine. I don't know him. You've been around since 06, 450 subs. You ain't doing shit, but you got videos of the Black Murderers Row. More power to you. But I still think you're a piece of shit because you came in here mudslinging. I did nothing to you. And you came in here mudslinging like I was just in here running my mouth. You undermined it. Whatever you heard when you claim you just came in here, I don't believe you just came in here. You was listening the whole goddamn time. And as soon as I said one name, you came in here mudslinging. And expect to have a decent conversation? Fuck out of here, dude.
I'm just gonna say one more thing on the topic, and then we're gonna get back to what's really important in life. I've known him. I remember him from my original channel. But let me say something, man. I tell people this all the time. I pay attention to detail. You come to my channel. What's up, Divine? Yeah, what's up, bro? Love your boxing channel. Love this, that, whatever. Cool. Welcome. But unlike a lot of people, I cruise around YouTube quite often. And I pay attention. When I start seeing you on other people's channels who I know don't like me, I pay attention. Mm-hmm. And I say, okay, one day we'll see. We'll see the truth. Sometimes it takes years. Yep. But it comes out. And tonight, I was highly disappointed. But I'm used to being disappointed because there's a lot of people just like that. And it is what it is. Is it going to knock me off my flow? No. Is it going to change my direction and how my life and how I think my life is going and how I want it to go? No. So, like I said, I pay attention. And I see him and other people cruising around, showing a lot of love to people that don't like me. And I always find that quite strange. And you people, they say, oh, well, Devon, man, I don't get into that. I don't get into that drama, bro. I just like people's content because they talk about boxing.
Bullshit.
Okay.
That's bullshit.
So that's what it is. That's what it is, man. And that's what happened tonight. I saw him pop up. He's saying this, that, whatever. Click the link, bro. I expect you to conduct yourself as a gentleman, just as I would if I were to go on somebody else's panel. And I've been in the trenches. I've been on channels to talk boxing, and I know they don't like me. I click in, and I'm respectful. I don't come in drunk. I don't come in high. I don't come in talking some sideways shit. But more times than not, I get disrespected because they see me come in when I'm outnumbered. So I know what it is. But look, we bury that in the dust. It's in the dirt. Okay? We handled it. We give people an opportunity. They show who they are. It is what it is. Tomorrow night, we got a boxing match that will be history in the making. Let us not forget that. Let us not get taken off track. That's what it's all about. That's what this Firestorm panel was supposed to be about. And somebody will be the undisputed 135-pound champion. And we have chopped it up all different types of directions. We had Ricky in here. He put in some fantastic insight about how he thinks the fight's going to happen. I know Tay said he doesn't want to give an official prediction quite yet, which I don't know why, quite honestly. But he has his ways of dropping predictions, which I respect.
Yes, sir.
But look, at the end of the day, man, I think from what I've noticed on the panel so far, we all got Haney in one way or the other. And in the poll, this is why I dropped the poll, because I don't want to overpower the thinking process. I want you to tell me what you think.
It's 8 minutes till midnight. Tay said he'll give his prediction tomorrow. It's 8 minutes to midnight.
There you go. You on the clock now. You on the clock now. 49% in the poll out of 220 votes. 220 votes. 49% says Haney by stoppage. 29% says Haney by decision. 12% Kambosos by stoppage. 10% Kambosos by decision. So a total of 22% of the people in the poll voted for Kambosos, which is actually quite interesting. Unfortunately, nobody came in and really spoke on it, on why they think Kambosos is going to win. But we can't force people to speak. Maybe they don't have the ability to articulate it, and that's cool. But tomorrow night, the talk is over. The rats and the informants and the snitches and I can't make weights and all that stuff will be in hindsight. The talk is done, and now it's time to put up the gloves, and we will wait and be ecstatic for the moment when the referee says, protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times, touch gloves, and good luck. And that is the time. So we'll swing it around one more time to allow everyone to give their final thoughts on this historic night coming up. And as you guys know, I will be commentating on the fight live, punch by punch. And then afterwards, we will have a fight party, post-fight thoughts, and all that good stuff. And I'm expecting a celebration post-fight. That's what I am expecting. And apologies to everybody that did tune in. And some of you guys have been in here for the entire length of the live stream. Much love and appreciation to those people. Unfortunately, it goes sideways a little bit, but it's just a small little hiccup. We get everything back on track and remain focused. So we'll kick it off. We'll start it off with the sensei to go ahead and conduct the final thoughts. And I know we've already given our predictions other than Tay for the most part. But for the people that just came in, Stormy, who haven't been a part of this live stream the entire time, go ahead and conclude and let them know your expectations and any other type of information to close it out for your thoughts.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for having me on and inviting me this evening. Gave me a chance to sit back and be a part of something instead of producing everything. So, I do my own Friday night show. But I enjoy being here and having this discussion with everybody that was a part of it. Ricky was out here earlier. And it's just great to come together and share, especially when you have a big fight. This is considered a big fight. It's for all the marbles. I do believe that Devin Haney has embraced the opportunity to do something special, and he's looking forward to that. This is not just an opportunity to become an undisputed champion, but it's an opportunity to take fate into his own hands, even with odds and decks stacked against him, to make a mark and impact on the sport for himself. You got to respect that, especially in a time and age where everyone seemingly does less and expect more. If he's able to be successful in this endeavor, what will happen is people are going to have to give it up for him. And I think that's what the PTB looks at and fears, because when people have something to look at as an example, a path or trendsetter, it can be inspirational, it could be motivational, and it can be directional. It can point focus in a way that may not have been or may need more of. So I often speak about leading by example. This is what this is all about. Even with the opportunity to do this and his dad not be a part of it, and now it looks like his dad may be a part of being there on the night, it's a real gratifying situation to see that a father and son tandem get an opportunity to set a trend and set a standard bearing mark for others, and do it with class and aplomb, because we've seen it done the other way. We've seen it done disrespectfully. We've seen it with some people. You just wonder who the hell gave them access to come through this door. These men are doing something, and I say men, dad and son, and they're independent with what they're doing. They're not vociferous. They're not going around disrespecting or being disrespectful or even bringing disrespect to themselves. Class. And we often talk about class in boxing. Class tells all. It provides you with some sort of separation. Separating wheat from the chaff. It's like, you know when something is good and you know when something is bad, but sometimes when that is good has that light shined upon it, when it has that chance to be cultivated, it can move a lot of people. A lot of us are moved and inspired to watch this tomorrow night. There's another big fight on tomorrow, and we didn't really even talk about that. But that's okay, because I think the focus is and where it should be. So I look forward to it. I look forward to hearing what everyone has to say in the aftermath. I look forward to offering my piece in the aftermath. And I hope that we can come back together and do this more for future events, and whether they're large events or small. I think that this is the type of thing that needs to be done because we profess to love the sport. And I do believe our voices are being heard as we see certain things are taking place, and then there's changes being made along the way. That fight poster was changed this week, and we have to credit that to our community having an impact and a voice. So
Absolutely.
We can't let the foot off the gas. We have to continue to press forward. Old media is dying a horrible death, and I love to pull the coffin lid down on them, because right now we are elevating. And how do we elevate? By being professional, providing the facts, providing the people and the fighters and participants of the sport with a new angle and view on things. And if you aren't up to the task, we hold you accountable. So eventually, the voices that are being heard are going to have the solid impact that it needs to, and we will turn a tremendous corner in this sport. But that's what I have to offer. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. Be looking forward to the next time.
Always a pleasure and always an honor. Sensei, I appreciate you. Make sure you leave your channel link in the chat just in case anybody is hearing you for the first time, and appreciate your knowledge about the sport. Watcher, any final thoughts that you might have? You're out there in Melbourne, so it's right up the street from you. So let the people know what you think in regards to your final thoughts.
Yeah, man, it should be good. You know, we don't get really much of this threat, you know, a year. This stuff, you know, it only comes about once in a while. So, you know, we gotta just kind of embrace it. You know, I was never really the biggest Devin Haney fan a few years ago, but I tell you, for everything that he has gone through, that I have also witnessed other fighters go through, you know, the trip down here, the stuff with his father, Bill, and just all the collated efforts to make him just, you know, try to be at a disadvantage. I have the utmost respect for him. And tomorrow, I think he'll win, you know, pretty clearly, whether it be by a stoppage or decision. You know, for him to do it at Marvel Stadium, you know, in the freezing winter here, you know, it will mean a lot for him. He will be making history, which is what he's just always wanted, because he's been chasing this for the longest time. You know, a fight that means a lot like this. But yeah, man, you know, I'm glad. You know, it should be good. I don't think the undercard is all that great, but I mean, just to be real, I mean, everyone's coming to watch Haney in the main event, so yeah, that's how it's gonna play out. And once again, thank you for having me on, man. It's always good to be on here, you know. And you know, sometimes it gets a bit heated, but it's not called a firestorm for nothing, I guess. So, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure you were sitting back eating your popcorn while everything was popping off.
I did a face palm here and there, but you know, everyone can handle themselves. You know, that's all good.
Yeah. We got, man. We appreciate the support. I know you subscribe to all of us on here already, Watcher, and we always love to have you a part of the conversation, man. Thank you for coming in. Tay, it's 4 minutes past midnight. The walls are closing in on you.
Yeah, man. I've been over here just enjoying the show, man. First, I want to say thank you for having me on. And this is actually my first time hearing Watcher talk. I know he's DM'd me, things of that nature. I didn't know who the fuck he was. I given that young man hell. I even blocked him. I didn't know who the fuck he was. You know what I'm saying? But just being up here and knowing who he is now, hearing him talk with such much dialect and things of that nature, I can tell that he's a very, very commendable. So I definitely want to tell him that. Man, listen, it's gonna be a great fight. I expect George Kambosos to be dropped in the first 6 rounds. I also expect Devin Haney to go ahead and clean up the division and become undisputed in the 10th round. Hello, world.
Oh. He's a man of his word. 4 minutes past midnight, drops a bomb on you. I think he planned that shit. He planned that all out.
Yeah, good job, guy. Yeah, good shit.
But I'm sure Tay will be over on his channel, going more in depth in it. So make sure y'all subscribe to my man Tay. If you don't know now, you know. All right, Drew. Final thoughts on this fight.
I'm gonna keep it simple. I got Devin in 9 by destruction. This is gonna be an ugly knockout. This is gonna be, well, if it's not a knockout, it's gonna be a stoppage. Is that Damian Lillard back there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Look at that.
Damian Lillard, salute to you.
Hell
That's
yeah.
Respect.
Respect to him, man. I just noticed that. That's crazy. Yeah, man. Devin's you're gonna find out by the second round, by the end of the second round, that he's not in the same universe as Devin Haney. When they first announced Gaddy versus Floyd. When they first announced it, it sounded like a good idea. Puncher versus boxer. The closer the fight came, you're like, is this really gonna be a good fight? And then at the end of the first round, you was like, uh-oh. If you bet money on Gaddy that night, you was sad as hell. All right. And I remember watching that like, oh my God, this isn't a fight at all.
The first jab. The very first jab.
It was over. I mean, Gaddy was a punching bag, and salute to him and rest in power to him. I don't know how you commit suicide by choking yourself, but whatever. You know, this guy Kambosos has done everything wrong. Look at him. There's no six-pack there. He's not healthy, man, and he's not mentally there. This is gonna be a beating. It's gonna look good for about maybe 40 seconds of the first round, and Devin's gonna start beating that ass. I pick him to stop Kambosos by 9th round. He's gonna clean up this division. He's gonna make history. He's gonna bring those belts back home, and it's gonna be so convincing that although Kambosos is gonna have a rematch clause, he has a rematch clause. People are gonna be like, yo, you know what? You ain't beating that kid because you can't do shit different outside of bring a bat to the damn ring. You understand? So this is gonna be a wash. And we're gonna talk about it, man. Divine Sense, you know I followed you before I was even doing content. We're going back over a decade, man.
Yes,
and you know, I always follow. I told you that when I finally got to talk to you. You know, I always followed you. You always kept it fair and balanced. I didn't get that odd sense from you. You know what I'm saying? And this is your new channel, and I respect it. But you know, when I get disrespected, that's why I disrespected that guy, because he came in disrespecting. I'm always ready to talk boxing, but then you come in here and then tell Stormy you know him, and then your homeboy and all this other. I mean, come on, dude. Homeboy, you couldn't say yo your friend or your buddy down there. He said homeboy. Come on, dude. I'm 46 years old. I know undermined lingo when I see it, when I hear it. I know it when I see it. I know it when I see it, and I know it when I hear it. It didn't take me but 2 seconds, man. I'm from New York. I hear clowns like you all the time. So don't even bother coming to my channel. You're blocked. You got to wait 6 weeks to get in with your troll channel. You're going to get blocked again. If you don't know me, which I think you do, get to know me. And know you need to stay the fuck away from me. All right. Salute to you, watcher. Man, I get every email. Let me tell you, when I say that the family keeps me informed, I'm talking about watcher. He sends me every email. Brothers like DOG, everyone from across the pond. They keep me well informed. Watcher, I appreciate you. And just let me know when you want to get on a live in the morning, man. Just let me know, man. You got an open invite, man. All y'all got open invites. Y'all know that, man. And salute to K-Rod. You already know, man. And King, man. It's the first time I'm speaking with you or seeing you around, man. Much love and appreciation, bro. I appreciate you, man. You know what I mean? So y'all already know how to find me. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be a historical night. I think Devin, it might be I'm reading the chat. Yeah, it might be a corner stoppage. But either way, this ain't going to this ain't going to distance. This ain't going to distance. This young king is on a mission. He's gonna stop this dude, and hopefully we won't see anything else from Kambosos. He's getting a lot of money. Take care of your family. Is that fair enough? Take care of your family. You're getting a good bag. Get some investments and spend it wisely. Right off into the sunset. And what better way to send your ass away than a right hand down the pike to your goddamn beak, you punk. And that's my prediction. Thank you, Devon.
His legs look weak too, walking to the scale.
He's gonna get fucked up badly.
Like struggling. Look at watch his legs though. Like he's really like, it looks like he's struggling.
He looks drained.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
He's gonna get beat the fuck up. It's gonna be horrible.
Yes, sir.
They're gonna be like, yo, we paid for this, all of this for this. You remember how all that shit that Rolly was talking just to get knocked out like that?
Hey, it's worse because he at home doing that, man. This is his home. He about to get knocked out.
He got the weight of the world on his shoulders, man. He got a lot to live up to. He's been talking, but he hasn't been talking strategy. But he's been talking. He's been all over social media. He's called Devin a rat to his face. Devin is not shaking. He's not rattled. Look at Yoel in the back. For those of you that don't know, Yoel, I know street dudes that know him personally. He's for real. The Judah family is for real.
He's seen everything. Literally everything.
Yes.
He's been through it
all.
all.
Kickboxing champion, by the way.
Yep.
Damn.
Fought himself. Brought
bro.
Zab up from the beginning. Zab been in huge fights, as we all know, and then now he's a part of Devin's camp. Like that's somebody that you want in your corner. Even if he's not your head trainer, you want him on your team.
When I heard he was going out there, I was set at ease. I'm being very serious. I was like, oh, Yoel's going. I didn't even know they were cool like that. And then he said, yeah, that's the God. Zab is the Godfather. I said, whoa, I didn't know that. He's in good hands. Yoel, I'm not putting his business out there, of course, but niggas know him in the street out here. I'm gonna say that. The Judah family is well respected out here. I'll say that. In Brooklyn, I'll say that. Now, what is Jim Browski beefing at? What's he beefing at?
He yelling at somebody. I don't
Probably
on
some
Haney's
bullshit.
team. Yeah.
He get fucked up out here. That's another thing. All the shit he talking, stay your ass in Australia, dude. If you come to the States, don't announce it. Just go
Gonna
to
be enjoying those souvlaki's after, that's for sure.
Man, souvlaki's. Go to Disneyland and have a party. Don't make no announcements, dude. You burned the bridge. And don't bring your ass back to New York. You talking all this shit about what Lopez is gonna do. He didn't think about Devin.
That was some weird shit. Like
that was some lame shit, dude.
All that shit that you talked about Teofimo, then all of a sudden, he's your friend.
Yeah, he's supposed to come over here and do it. If he was gonna do something to Devin, see, he's trying to insinuate the street shit. Devin's not a street dude. Bill done play in the street so that Devin don't have to play in the street. You understand? And Teofimo Sr. play in the street so that Teo Jr. don't have to play in the street. Do you understand what I'm saying? They didn't raise thugs. Teofimo's not a thug. Devin Haney's not a thug. Teofimo's father played in the streets. Bill played in the streets. That shit is over.
Right.
They've raised men.
Right.
Now, Teo got some personal issues, but that has everything to do with other things. You understand? So for George to insinuate that everything is a thug running around here, all right, bet. Stay your ass in Australia then, dude. Punk.
We see how it goes, man. But you see this screenshot right here. That looks like a man who is not worried.
Nope.
I'm gonna put it to you that way. And he got an even more confidence boost because he went on the scale first.
He already knew.
He already knew before Kambosos got on there. But as soon as Kambosos confirmed that he couldn't make weight, I think that was the death warrant right there. That was it.
Bro, he's gonna fuck this dude up so bad.
K-Rod, you mentioned earlier something about decapitation. I don't know if you want to reiterate anything further. I think that pretty much made your point loud and clear. But final thoughts, right quick, about this fight happening, man.
Yes, thank you very much for having me on once again. I'm gonna just be loud and clear on this. Devin Haney, he's basically doing the same thing Jack Johnson is, or Jack Johnson had done to Tommy Burns, but just in like a different manner, in my honest opinion. But I really do believe Devin is chasing for glory, and I hope he is very victorious because he will be the youngest, ever. Correct me if I'm wrong, Stormy. Undisputed lightweight champion of the world in the 4-belt era, but not only that, to do it in Australia, that speaks a lot of volume, and that speaks a lot of manhood coming out of that mindset that Devin is carrying to go out there and be victorious, for that historic moment. So I just want to say thank you, Devin. Thank you for standing up for yourself and standing up for what is right. And I hope he is very victorious and he can bring back Undisputed back to Black America. So that way, that's something that we can all come back and just have a good conversation on. So thank you very much for having me on. And let's go get these let's go get these undisputed titles. So thank you very much.
As always, man. Yo, King of Kings, you didn't have too much of an opportunity to talk tonight. I apologize for that. It gets heated sometimes, and ideas and whatnot get bounced around. But appreciate you jumping on nonetheless, man. Any final thoughts? Let the people know.
Hey, no problem, man. I appreciate it. Just to say, I guess expand into boxing game, and everybody on this panel, we're clearly fans, maybe more than fans. We love the sport. And these last few weeks, the last few months, we've had a litany of quality boxing over and over again, to the point it's multiple cards on the same day, multiple fights. And this is just another example of those fights. Maybe probably the top of them. And Devin Haney did what he needed to do. No excuses. Took the pay cut. Put the work in. Dealt with the stress. Went overseas. And all that's going to come to fruition. He's going to capitalize. I got him winning this fight 8-4 in a decision.
Very, very fair assessment. If you guys don't know my official prediction, on the video that I made about 4 or 5 days ago, I got Haney also by decision. I'd say, given the fact that it's in Australia and all those other little factors involved, let me think. I think Haney's going to get at least 7 rounds. I got it 7-5, something like that. But if it goes 12, as we all know, be alert. You know what I mean? Understand the situation at hand. We are in Australia. There's a lot of different things involved. But I still believe that this can be like a Bivol Canelo situation where Devin will just outclass him so much that they just can't possibly rob him, in my opinion. And I say that understanding that even though Bivol completely beat Canelo's ass, they still gave Canelo the first 4 rounds. Okay, so we have to understand that. But if I were to, given the opportunity of having a second choice of a prediction, then it would be a late round stoppage for Haney. I kind of replay in my mind a little bit of Kambosos getting dropped by Teofimo in that 10th round. And I understand that I understand that Teofimo's a harder puncher, but if Kambosos goes down in like the 9th, 10th, 11th round against Haney, it's not because of one punch. It's an accumulation, and it's exhaustion. It's, he gets hit on the right spot, and his body just can't move anymore. It can't continue to perform anymore. And I just feel like that's a very high possibility. That would be my second option of a prediction. I just think that, as we all stated here on the panel tonight, I just don't see any area where Kambosos exceeds Haney in skill. And I just think that's the bottom line. Skills pay the bills, and I try to be as objective as I possibly can every time I make predictions and breakdowns, and I look at all the little details. For those who want me to be as unbiased as I possibly can, look, Kambosos is tough. I give him that. I think that he's not absent skill. Some people calling him a bum and all this stuff. I won't go that far. He is in the position that he's in for a reason. All right. But it's just levels to it. There's just levels to it. And you really got to ask yourself the question. I've asked it many times to other people. Did Kambosos truly beat Teofimo Lopez, as in completely outskilled him, outworked him, was a completely better fighter, or did Teofimo beat himself? And that is something that you have to consider and understand when we think about this grand victory that he had to claim all these belts. I'm not trying to take a shit on the victory, but I'm trying to shine a light on, to me, it's obvious that Teofimo had zero plan whatsoever going into that fight. So it is what it is. I have to consider all those things doing a prediction. And I think tonight, seeing the weigh-in, see how Devin's body looks, see the confidence, see the determination, kind of just solidified my my prediction. And as you guys know, if you've been following the channel for a while, you guys know how I do, man. I don't get predictions wrong very often. I think since I've created this channel, I might have got like 1, maybe 2 wrong out of like 20. So make sure y'all tune in for the fight. I'll be here live. You guys know what the deal will be. And all of these distinguished gentlemen here on the panel, those who have channels, make sure that you continue to interconnect different viewpoints and opinions about the sport of boxing. It's good to bounce around different ideas, but at the end of the day, we are family. And, you know, this is what we do. Drew invites me to his channel. I've been on Tay's channel before, and this is what we all do. I've been on Stormy's panel multiple times and him also on my channel multiple times. And this is what makes this whole situation beautiful and continue to motivate us to do what we do. So every single one of you guys who came in and hit that like button, stayed a part of the conversation, voted in the poll, and all that good stuff, we appreciate you. And hopefully all these gentlemen that have channels got a few more subscribers to continue to grow their channel as well. And that's what it's all about. And that's it, man. Y'all have a good night of sleep. Wake up in the morning, prepare your fight parties, and it's time. The wait is over, and looking forward to it, man.
What time to start?
I think in the States it's going to be like maybe 9 p.m. Eastern.
All right.
8 or 9, something like that. So,
okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. Great panel for the most part. 80% of it was fantastic. 80% of it. I'll take that. And y'all stay up, man. Stay strong. Stay positive out there. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow night. It's going down.
Peace, y'all.
Peace
Yes,
out.
sir. Peace.